Good evening and welcome to our fourth edition of the Wildcat Sports Network. And as always, I'm Donald Tucker, the voice of the Wildcats. It's homecoming. Tonight the Wildcats take on Rogers, and we will check in with Coach Wood and see their preparation this week, as well as recap last Friday night. Today is September 25th, 2015, and you are watching the Wildcat Sports Network. Coach, thanks for joining us. Big win last week against Conway. Were you happy coming home for homecoming with that kind of win under your belt?
Oh, yeah, I was glad we won. I'm glad we went 2-1 in non-conference. I think that's always important as you lead into conference play, try to get some momentum. We felt when we were during the game that was like pulling teeth a little bit to be productive offensively and defensively. And so when we get back and watch the film, you know, we won the game. We're excited about winning the game, but there's a lot of things we've got to get fixed. We've got to get cleaned up and do a lot better if we're going to be successful in 7A West. So overall, yeah, we're excited to be back home. We're 2-1, open up conference play versus Rogers. But the other part of that is we want to see growth each and every week, and we just don't feel like we grew like we needed to at that Week 3 game.
Right. So we start tonight conference play in the 7A West. Toughest conference probably in the country, definitely in the state of Arkansas. Physically and mentally, are the Wildcats where you want them to be?
Yeah, I mean, our guys are doing everything we ask. I mean, they play hard for us. They give us great energy. They're at practice. They're engaged in practice. So, I mean, we're where we need to be from a mental standpoint, from a physical standpoint with our health. You know, we're excited about getting the conference slate off tonight, and we're ready to play Rogers.
So you're coming off of two high-scoring games against Rockhurst, and against Conway. You're playing Rogers, starting conference play. Is it hard mentally to get the kids ready, after winning by large margins the last two games? Is it taken for granted? Are the kids mentally where they're supposed to be?
Yeah, I believe our kids are. I mean, really our goal is not to look in the past. I mean, that was weeks ago we did those things. It's all about the present, what's relevance this week, and, kind of we go into the week just focusing on winning a week. Really don't we kind of push all other distractions aside and really focus on that, and I think our guys are ready.
All right, thank you, Coach. We're going to bring you back later on in the show to help us close it out. Right now, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Stay right there. When we come back, we're going to have Sam Hall joining us. You're watching the Wildcat Sports Network.
This is Jack. And this
I am starving!
is Jack's appetite. It's never satisfied.
I'm hungry. Seriously, dude? What?
Then Jack's mom started serving Tyson Anytizer snacks with all white meat and lots of protein. They're the only snacks that make Jack's appetite disappear. Tyson Anytizer snacks. Consider snacking solved.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
Welcome back. Here with us now is Sam Hall, your starting defensive end for the Har-Ber Wildcats. Sam, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Sam, what are you seeing on film and scout offense from Rogers this week?
They cut a lot, they keep low, and their receivers are really fast. They don't have much of a passing game, but they got an all right rushing.
So I know your older brother, played here at Har-Ber a few years ago, playing the same position you're playing now. You guys have bounce ideas off of each other, kind of tips and heads ups?
Yeah, he gives me some tips on like pass rush moves, how to get off blocks, how to like chasing down running backs. So yeah.
Excellent, Sam. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
We're going to take another quick commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to have Coach Haney in our Coach's Spotlight. Stay right there. You're watching the Wildcat Sports Network.
Do you need new tires? Do you want a price match guarantee? Do you want to wait in a newly renovated waiting room? Do you want tire services at any time with no appointment? Then Tire Tracks is the place for you. With our price match guarantee and the largest inventory of new and used tires in the area, we have tires for every budget. Tire Tracks, Northwest Arkansas's largest independent tire dealer.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. Affordable rates, available on-site management, attitudes of service, and amenities unmatched make residents love where they live and play. From value-packed basic apartments to resort-style living on golf courses, we manage options to fit your needs and wants. Apply online at lindsaymanagement.com for locations throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
Here with us now is Coach Haney, a defensive specialist. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Coach, talk to us a little bit about your background in coaching.
I started in college. I volunteered at Russellville High School for a couple years as I was going through. My first official job was in Searcy, Arkansas, at Searcy High School. I was actually the defensive coordinator for the junior high there. I was there 2 years. And then when Coach Wood got the job at Shiloh Christian, I came up here with him, coached defense at Shiloh Christian for 2 years, and then we moved to Ozark. And I was at Ozark for 6 years. I enjoyed my time there. Coached offensive line, defensive line. You know, smaller schools, you do both. So was there for 6 years, and then came up here in 2009. And I've been here ever since. This is my 7th year.
Excellent. Talk to us a little bit about your responsibilities as the defensive coach.
I coach the inside linebackers. Our scheme, we have 4 linebackers, 2 outside and 2 inside, and my job is to coach those 2 inside guys. They're the guys inside the tackle box there.
Excellent. Coach, if you had to describe your defensive philosophy in one sentence, what would you say?
I would say sound scheme, physical, and great tacklers.
Excellent.
Would be the thing.
Excellent. Coach, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
You
Good
bet.
luck tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We're going to hear from a few of our sponsors, but when we come back, we'll have Luke Hannon on the show. Stay right there. You're watching the Wildcat Sports Network.
Chevrolet has the longest lasting, most dependable full-size trucks on the road. And at Everett Chevrolet, we think the slogan, "Find New Roads," couldn't be more at home than in beautiful Northwest Arkansas. The 2015 Silverado has the most fuel-efficient gas V8 ever, perfect for those long drives in the country. And for those new roads that are hard to find, Silverado's rugged power will pull you through. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
Homecoming 2015 is only a few minutes away. But first, let's get caught up with Luke Hannon. Luke, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Last year being a stellar year for you, conference leading rusher, how does this year compare to last year?
You know, it's a lot different because our offense is a lot different. So last year our passing game was nothing compared to this year. I mean, we have Fuller, who I'm pretty sure started out with like our first 11 touchdowns, and all of them were passing. So it's just a lot different this year. Last year we relied a lot more on the ground game, which explains why I got so many carries. But this year we have a great offensive line who's learning and getting some new experience through conference or non-conference play. Drew Dodson is a senior, Manuel Carrillo and Ross Childers, those are our seniors. And then we have Kyle Guthrie is our left guard, and Damon Nelson's our right tackle. And those are our juniors who are getting just that experience. And overall, they're blocking really well. We're getting a lot better than when we started. And it's just exciting to see those guys play hard.
Excellent. So you've got Rogers tonight. Talk to me a little bit about what you've seen on film and scout defense.
Rogers is a 3-front team. So last year they ran a 4-front against us, and that didn't work. So this year they're sticking with their 3-front. They're going to run a 50 front basically, so there's going to be a nose right over the center with two ends over our tackles, and they're going to shoot hard. They're kind of a scrappier defensive line from the running game. And then passing-wise, they play really deep, cover four mostly, and so we're going to probably still going to throw the ball deep because we've succeeded at that the past 3 weeks. But we're going to try to see if we can catch them off guard, pound it, and then see if we can get one over the top.
Excellent. Luke, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
One last commercial break, but stay tuned because coming up next, we're going to bring back Coach Wood, who will break down Rogers on our homecoming special. Don't change the channel. We will be right back. You're watching the Wildcat Sports Network.
We came to Har-Ber Bank to see what makes it different.
7 to 7 hours work great with our business.
I'm really glad that they're open late.
I'm stunned at the hours. They're open later hours. You can't even get in the door, and they're already greeting you.
They're all nice. They're all friendly.
They treat you like you're a queen.
I named my puppy Har-Ber Bank.
Okay, what kind of breed of dog do you think Arvest would be?
The cutest, cuddliest, sweetest, most convenient dog ever.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
All right, Coach, tonight we have Har-Ber versus Rogers. What can we expect from Rogers tonight?
Well, I mean, I think Coach Flanagan does a good job. They run a little bit split back veer, or not split back veer, but they do run the option, kind of double wing option, and they're getting better. They're getting their identity. In the film, we've seen growth over 3 weeks. They played their best ball last week against Jeff City, so they're kind of peaking as they go into conference as well. Defensively, they base out of a 50 front, but it'll be more like a 3-4 against us. A lot of pressure, a lot of movement up front. Like I said, Coach Flanagan usually has his guys ready to play against us, and that's what we're expecting tonight.
Who are some of the key players tonight that we need to be keeping an eye on to make it successful?
Well, I mean, for their offense to be successful, it starts with their quarterback play and then their fullback play. Those two guys are kind of a 1-2 punch. You got to put a lot of pressures on the quarterback to run the option, and so offensively, that's where it'll start. I think they got a really good aggressive offensive line. Defensively, I think, their linebackers run well. I think they come downhill. I think those guys will be in a lot of action. For us, it'll be our matchup against our receivers versus their secondary. They really play deep, keep everything in front of them, try not to give up the big play, so it's very important we execute in the intermediate short passing game.
Talk to me about the keys tonight. I mean, what are the things we have to check off the list to get a victory for tonight?
I think the biggest thing is protect the ball. We can't turn it over. We've got to win the turnover battle. We want to come out on the plus end there. I think kicking game's got to continue to improve. I think Jesus is doing a great job on kickoff. Continue to get better in our punt game. That's something we've got to continue to grow at and try to improve. Kickoff return continues to need to be cleaned up a little bit on our guys' execution. I think we started to see that last week against Conway. And then a defense that continues to go out there and get us the ball. And they've done a good job of that lately.
Yeah. Coach, good luck tonight. I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
You bet. That's all the time we have for our homecoming show. Stay tuned at the halftime for the crowning of the 2015-2016 Homecoming Queen. For Superintendent Dr. Jim Rollins and Athletic Director Wayne Stellick, I'm Donald Tucker. Stay tuned. Up next is kickoff. We'll see you next time.
When I got here to be the head football coach, I encountered Lakin and knew very quickly that there was something special about him. He makes everything fun and enjoyable. And when I found out that he had diabetes, I instantly began to think, how would that affect him as a football player?
Actually, I got it when I was 13, so just 4 years ago, so I haven't been dealing with it for too long. I wasn't sure what to think, I got diagnosed and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to play sports or not, or how it would affect me, but After talking to the doctor and talking to some people that helped me out, we found out that it's not really too big of an issue. It's something that you can work through. Yeah, I would say just that. To anybody who's maybe been recently diagnosed, this is something that doesn't have to stop your life at all. Like, this is something that you're able to live with and you can work through and play with. You can do whatever you love to do with it. And I don't think it has to hinder what you love to do. So.
Or if they do some nervous movements.
The Youth Bridge Bully Buster program is this program that we are pushing through the schools to make the increase awareness of bullying in the schools, not just for those who are bullied, but for the bullies. The Youth Bridge Bully Buster program is symbolized in these orange wristbands, and kids can wear them proudly and say that they're going to stand up to bullies and they're going to seek assistance, they're going to seek help, they're going to talk to parents and their teachers to let them know that either they're being victimized by bullies or their friends are being victimized by bullies. These kids are wanting to go to school to get an education. They want to hang out with their friends and they want to feel safe when they go to school. And when they're having challenges with their peers, we need to make sure that not only are the kids who are victims of bullying taken care of, but also to try to see what things that the bullies are needing as far as like social skills training or mentoring or any kind of help or understanding as to what's going on with them. And so with the Youth Bridge Bully Buster campaign, we hope to bring awareness and action to bullying in our school systems.
We opened our business in downtown Springdale in 2002. So we've been here many years, and we've seen the growth of Springdale and how Springdale has expanded and how the east side of Springdale has expanded in population. And we're really excited about downtown Springdale and how they're rejuvenating that. The growth and the reemergence of an old downtown. Springdale and Springdale citizens are not going to allow that to fade away. Springdale is exciting. It's a great place to open your business. It's a great place to do business, and it's unique to all of Northwest Arkansas with the history that we have. We are citizens of Springdale giving back to downtown and bringing people and resources down here to rejuvenate.
2015. And now, please welcome Student Council President Peyton Stuman, who will introduce this year's court.
Welcome, everyone. We are so glad that you can be here tonight to recognize our homecoming court. Now, to start off, sophomore maid Tayton Autry, daughter of Kelly and Stacy Autry. She is being escorted by her dad, Stacy Autry. Tayton was a 2-year member of Central Junior High dance team, a board member of National Junior Honor Society, and a student council member in 8th and 9th grade. She is currently a member of the Silver Stars, a student council representative, and an active member of her youth group at Cross Church. Tayton was recognized with an Outstanding Student Award for her involvement in 9th grade student council. She has volunteered at Walker Elementary and for the Beautification Project at Central Junior High School through her involvement in National Junior Honor Society. After high school, Tayton plans to attend college and obtain a major in marine biology with a minor in veterinary science. From there, she plans to attend a veterinary school specific to marine animals. Her ultimate goal is to work at an animal rehab center where her focus would be on saving dolphins and sea turtles. Sophomore maid Tayton Autry. Sophomore maid Maggie Sebuhar, daughter of John and Allison Sebuhar. She is being escorted by her dad, John Sebuhar. In her freshman year, Maggie was the student council treasurer, a member of the junior leadership, and National Junior Honor Society. She was a freshman cheer co-captain and received a presidential award. Maggie is a member of student council, HOSA, FCA, and Har-Ber cheer. After high school, Maggie plans on attending college and studying abroad. Sophomore maid Maggie Sebuhar. Sophomore maid Peyton Wilson, daughter of Bridget and Vance Wilson. Peyton is being escorted by her dad, Vance Wilson. She is lettered as a freshman in cross country, played softball for 2 years as a Lady Wildcat, and is a member of Har-Ber High tennis team. She has been on student council for 2 years, was the National Junior Honor Society president, and a member of junior leadership. She proudly plays the snare for Har-Ber High School marching band. And in 2007, she established Peyton's Pals, a community service group with the mission of kids helping kids. Peyton serves on the Life team at St. Raphael's Catholic Church and is a delegate of the People to People Student Ambassadorship Program. After graduation, Peyton wants to attend a private Catholic university, majoring in English or law, to pursue a career as a college professor. She wants to continue her career in marching band at a collegiate level and study abroad as much as possible. Sophomore maid Peyton Wilson. Junior maid Emily Doss, daughter of Anthony and Rhonda Doss. She is being escorted by her father, Anthony Doss. Emily is a member of Har-Ber High School Volleyball, Ozark Juniors Junior Volleyball Club, and an active member in the youth group at her church. She volunteers at junior high and middle schools to teach volleyball and helps out in the nursery at her church. In 2014, she was recognized as an all-conference volleyball player. After high school, Emily plans to attend UCA on a full scholarship to play volleyball and go pre-med. Junior maid Emily Doss. Junior maid Maddie Horn, daughter of Thomas and Heather Horn. Maddie is being escorted by her father, Thomas Horn. She was a member 2 years of the Har-Ber High soccer team and is a current member of the Har-Ber High School Band, National Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, and Young Life. Maddie has received various academic awards and volunteers at Teen Court. After graduation, Maddie plans to attend a college to major in education, but most importantly, plans to be happy. Junior maid Maddie Horn. Junior maid Abby Jackson, daughter of Hugh and Lori Jackson. She is being escorted by her father, Hugh Jackson. Abby was the president of Strata sophomore year and is currently a member of the Camerata Choir, Thespian Society, National Honor Society, and German Club. She was the 6th chair in All-State Choir and is an active member of Fellowship Bible Church, where, for the past 3 years, she has led a group of elementary and preschoolers. She has most recently been assisting in worship. After graduation, Abby plans to attend a college to pursue a career in musical theater or vocal performance, with the hopes of someday landing a role on Broadway. Junior maid, Abby Jackson. Junior maid, Sally Roach. Daughter of Brent and Julie Roach. Sally is being escorted by her father, Brent Roach. She is involved in cross-country, student council, junior class council, DECA, graphic design, and her youth group at church as a leader and a mentor. Sally has been involved in clothing drives, sidewalk chalking, and nursing homes as a volunteer. After high school, Sally plans to go wherever God leads her, which she hopes will be a college in the mountains. Junior maid, Sally Roach. Senior maid, Emily Carpenter. Daughter of Marcia Little and Tim Carpenter. She is being escorted by her father, Tim Carpenter. Emily is involved in Har-Ber Band, French Honor Society, National Honor Society, and is a professional harpist at weddings and other events. She volunteers at Cross Point Community Church Children's Ministry as a leader and at the Juvenile Justice Center as a juror. After graduation, Emily plans to attend college majoring in music performance and education with a minor in French. Senior maid, Emily Carpenter. Senior maid, Dottie Fries. Daughter of Matt and Michelle Fries. She is being escorted by her father, Matt Fries. Dottie is involved in cheer, DECA, NHS, HOSA, FCA, student council, and senior class council. Dottie has volunteered at a homeless shelter, animal shelters, nursing homes, and at the Northwest Medical Center. She has been selected as an All-American cheerleader by B2 Cheer and was nominated for the National Young Leaders Conference. She is also a manager at Chick-fil-A. After graduation, Dottie plans to cheer in college and pursue a career in the medical field. Senior maid, Dottie Fries. Senior maid, Joanna Keck. Daughter of Daryl and Susan Keck. She is being escorted by her father, Daryl Keck. Joanna is a member of the Har-Ber Golf Team, National Honor Society, and the National Society of High School Scholars. Joanna has volunteered with junior golfers, and Joanna has committed to playing golf at James Madison University at Harrisonburg, Virginia after graduation. She hopes to eventually get a law degree. Senior maid, Joanna Keck. Senior maid, Sydney Pierce. Daughter of Brad Pierce and the late Karen Pierce. She is being escorted by her father, Brad Pierce. Sydney is a member of Camerata Choir, Lighthouse, National Honor Society. And she is employed as a character princess with Northwest Arkansas Fairy Tale Princess Party, which is often involved in volunteering for Make-A-Wish Foundation. Sydney is a 4-year all-region choir member and a 2-year all-state choir member. She is also tutored at T.G. Smith Elementary School. And after graduation, Sydney plans to attend the University of Arkansas to pursue a degree in marketing. Senior maid, Sydney Pierce. Senior maid, Samantha Quarterman. Daughter of Herb Quarterman and Sharonda and Marcus Randall. She is being escorted by her stepfather, Marcus Randall. Samantha is the secretary of Senior Class Council, president of her choir, and a leader of International Club. On Mondays in the summer, Samantha volunteers to feed the homeless. After graduation, Samantha plans to go to Florida to spend time with family and then attend Florida A&M University in the spring. Senior maid, Samantha Quarterman. I would like to recognize one last time our 2015 Fall Homecoming Court. And at this time, I would like you to join me in congratulating your 2015 Fall Homecoming Court Queen, Emily Carpenter. Congratulations, Emily.
everybody that Springdale Schools Alumni Foundation holding their chili supper next Friday night. 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. at Springdale High School cafeteria, as well as at Springdale High School Rotunda, $5 per person. Springdale Schools Alumni Foundation chili supper preceding the Wildcat Bulldog game next Friday night. Harps Food Stores is proud to sponsor Springdale Har-Ber Athletics at Harps. Quality is really the difference. Harps, hometown fresh. Har-Ber Bank, banking on the Wildcats, a member FDIC, equal housing lender. Our thanks to Everett Chevrolet for sponsoring Springdale Har-Ber Wildcat Athletics. Everett Chevrolet, family owned, customer friendly, the better way to buy. We want to thank Northwest Arkansas Hospitals for their generous support of Wildcat Athletics. Their investment of an athletic training staff throughout our district is greatly appreciated. Come into Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries of Northwest Arkansas this weekend. Get your home ready for the fall football season. Locally owned and operated. Everett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is proud to sponsor Springdale Har-Ber Wildcat Athletics. Everett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, family owned, customer friendly, the better way to buy. Deathwood State Farm Insurance is a proud sponsor of Har-Ber High Athletics. Call 751-6227. That's Deathwood Insurance Agency in Springdale. Western High Pest and Lawn is proud to sponsor Wildcat Athletics. If you didn't get a chance, stop downstairs on the west side in front of the concession stand. Enter for the opportunity to win a $100 Harps gift card, courtesy of Great Plains Coca-Cola and Harps Food Stores. Our thanks to Flying Burrito for supporting the Wildcats. Flying Burrito provided the game time food for staff workers tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Springdale Har-Ber High School's Wildcat Stadium for an exciting evening of 7A West varsity football action 2015 homecoming night. And now, we ask that you please rise to honor our nation's colors posted at the south end of the stadium and sing along as the Wildcat Marching Band plays our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rogers High School alma mater. Ladies and gentlemen, the Springdale Har-Ber High School alma mater.
Welcome, Wildcat Nation. On behalf of Superintendent Dr. Jim Rollins and Athletic Director Wayne Stellick, welcome to tonight's broadcast from Springdale, Arkansas at Har-Ber Wildcat Stadium, where the Har-Ber Wildcats play Rogers Mounties for Homecoming 2015. My name is Donald Tucker, your voice of the Wildcats.
And my name is Blake Tucker. Tonight we're experiencing the start of play in the 7A West Division, and lucky enough for Har-Ber, it is a home game and our homecoming. These fans tonight paid for their entire seats, but tonight they will only need the edge. It is set up to be a very exciting game between two very good football teams. Don't count out either of these offenses or defense. Expect very big things from both of them and enjoy the game.
So tonight's captains for Rogers Mounties is number 11, it's like Joseph Saltmeyer, and number 24, Jay Young. And for the Har-Ber Wildcats, our captains tonight are Sam Hall, number 91, and number 78, Drew Dotson. And it looks like the Rogers Mounties deferred, and they're going to be kicking off to the Har-Ber Wildcats tonight. So we've got 2 minutes, 43 seconds left before kickoff. Blake, what can we expect from Rogers tonight?
We're going to see most likely a Rogers team that likes to run the ball a lot. In pregame warmups, we saw them throwing quite a bit. They definitely have a quarterback that's got the ability to throw around. They even have a backup that has a cannon as well. So I'm actually kind of at a loss for what we're going to see from Rogers. I don't know if they'll stick with their option style offense, or if they'll move into more of a 7A West staple in the spread offense. It's yet to be determined, as they've run a little bit of both this season. Very interesting to see what to expect from them. Their defense, usually a very scrappy bunch. Probably see 3 down linemen, nose guard head up. We're going to see guys that really like to give pressure, and Har-Ber's offensive line is going to have their hands full with them. They've done very well early this season. I wouldn't expect that they're going to give us too much of an issue, but something to watch out for. As far as Har-Ber goes, I think we see the exact same thing we've been seeing all year, because it's been working. As long as we maintain good pass blocking, good route running down the field, and maintain the steady run the ball type offense that we've been using up to this point this year, I think the offense is going to be okay. The defense, I think, has another game for them to prove themselves. We're going to see maybe a lot of variety out of the offense here, out of Rogers' offense, and so the defense has a tall task in front of them. We'll see if they're up to it.
So for tonight's contest, the referees are James Durham, the umpire is Robert Burris, back judge is Shay Hamilton, linesman is Brandy Ballard, line judge is Bill Rogers, and the side judge is Mike Durham. It looks like our Har-Ber Wildcats are coming onto the field. So the Rogers Mounties, coached by head coach Sean Flanagan, is 0-3 so far this season. A rough start for the Mounties. They come to Har-Ber starting their conference, just like Har-Ber does tonight. 7A West starts conference play tonight. So we've got a lot of interesting matches throughout the 7A West. We got Southside at Bentonville tonight. Springdale's up at Heritage, Rogers Heritage, and Northside is hosting Fayetteville. So it's going to be an interesting night of football tonight as we await kickoff for Homecoming 2015 at Springdale Har-Ber Wildcat Stadium. Looks like Har-Ber's going to be set to receive the ball. We'll start with the lineup for Har-Ber tonight. So at left tackle is Manuel Carrillo, number 66. Number 77 is Kyle Guthrie. Number 78 is Drew Dotson, will be your center. Ross Childers, that's your left guard, number 53. Damon Nelson is your right tackle, number 67. Trey Smith is your wide receiver, number 1. Tyler Blackston, your other wide receiver, number 19. We have Luke Cannon, tailback, number 34. Fuller Chandler at quarterback, number 8. Clayton Kunkel, number 24 at fullback. And Dalton Gungandara at number 3. So it looks like Rogers is set to kick off the start of homecoming 2015 here at Wildcat Stadium, and away we go. Rogers kicks it deep. It's going to be back into the end zone for a touchback. So Har-Ber will start the first series, 1st and 10 from the 20. Har-Ber in their new gray charcoal jerseys, absolutely gorgeous uniform, but very hard to see the numbers. So if we mess up tonight, our apologies up front. So Fuller Chandler brings them to the line of scrimmage. We have 1 split to the right, 2 split to the left. Hannon goes in motion. Chandler throws to the left to Trey Smith. Trey Smith is off to the races. He's got enough for a first down. He's going to tack on 5 more on top of that. Great completion.
Nice little variety coming out of the gate here. We see a wide receiver screen play. Luke Hannon comes out on the block there. Gives Trey Smith some opportunity to show off some of that quick burst acceleration. Got into the open field. Nice little about 15-yard pass play on their first play of their game.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Har-Ber. Ball sits on the 37-yard line. Twin split to the right, Trey Smith down to the left. Hannon's going to hand it off, Fuller Chandler's going to hand it off to Hannon. He's breaking for a first down, and he's stiff-arming. He's carrying people down the sideline. He's going to be pushed out about the 43-yard line.
Hannon's not an easy back to take down here. As soon as he broke the scrum in the middle of the field there, laid a pretty explosive stiff arm in that guy. Threw him down and got an extra 5 yards out of that, just creating extra yards by using his physicality.
So Luke Hannon handing out owies first quarter of the game here, and it's a correction. They're down to the 38-yard line, and it looks like Har-Ber's calling a timeout. So I think we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when they're taking their timeout, and we'll be back right after this. You're watching the Wildcat Sports Network.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
Welcome back to Har-Ber Wildcat Stadium, where there's 11:28 on the first quarter. Still first possession for Har-Ber, still 0-0 on the clock or on the scoreboard. I think Coach Wood need to make a little bit of a micro adjustment there, first quarter. So Chandler back at shotgun, twin split to the right, single setback, 1 split to the left. Trey Smith to the close side of the field. Chandler drops back, looks down the middle, completed, I think that's Blackston up the middle for a completion, and that's a touchdown for the Har-Ber Wildcats.
That is Blackston on the reception there, showing his, look, that's a skinny post straight down the field there, hugging that hash mark. Really just beautiful play.
Great completion, great play, first series. Exactly what they drew up on the chalkboard this week.
Yep, nobody around him, one guy making that late tackle in the end zone, but after that, it doesn't matter.
So with 11:21 on the clock, Har-Ber lines up for the extra point. And the kick is good, so that's going to put Har-Ber at 7 with 11:21 on the clock in the first quarter. Har-Ber strikes first, 7-0 over the Rogers Mounties.
Har-Ber's offense here just making it look easy. Very fluid first drive, not a lot of mental mistakes. All of the position groups looking very good. Something I think that the offense should continue to enjoy that success with.
So coming onto the field for the first time tonight after the kickoff will be Har-Ber's defense. And starting, your starting lineup tonight, number 91, Sam Hall. Number 99, Alejandro Ramirez. Number 95, David Vowell. Number 25, Tally Nasali. Number 26, Oliver Nasali. Number 54, Jacob Robertson. Number 7, Noah Hayward. Number 14, Blaze Brothers. Number 6, Peyton Kofer. And number 2, Austin Henderson, rounding out the defensive backfield.
Henderson now in his second game back from his injury, I guess, in week 2. Looked very solid last week. I think we should continue to see the same style of play from him this week.
So the kick is off, the kick is deep, and it's going to be fielded about the 1-yard line. So they're going to advance it, and he's going to be stopped about the 8, slung down to about the 5. They're going to give him a little bit of forward progress. It looks like they're going to give him a very generous spot at the 10-yard line. So the Mounties come to the line, come to the offense for the first time tonight. See if they've got an answer for Har-Ber's first strike.
Yeah, very important possession for them. Har-Ber came out and established that kind of early momentum where they wanted to set the pace on how the game is going to be. Rogers' offense needs to respond if they want to hope to hang with Har-Ber in a game like this.
So Mounties come to the line of scrimmage, single setback, quarterback under center, dive up the middle. He's going to be stopped for about 5-yard gain. It's like Jacob Robertson on the tackle there.
And here early, we are seeing that option play out of Rogers. We're reverting back to it. It's kind of their bread and butter, what they're good at, running a little bit of misdirection out of the backfield, chop blocking down with their linemen, trying to take the legs of the defensive linemen out and clear a path for any one of numerous backs that could be coming out of their backfield. Very confusing to keep up with on defense.
So Rogers back under center. 2nd down and 5 for the Mounties. Little dive package up the left-hand side. He's going to be stopped short of the first down. He might have gotten 3 yards on the play.
And an injury for the Wildcats in the field.
Someone's hobbling off here.
Appears to be David Vowell.
So that brings up 3rd and 1 for the Mounties. 10:05 on the clock. Wildcats still lead 7-0. Quarterback under center for the Mounties again. And another dive right up the gut. He's going to get enough for a first down. He's going to tack about 3 more on top of that.
You see these Rogers offensive linemen coming off and really just attacking the legs of these defensive linemen. We see double teams, see one-on-ones. I mean, they really come off the line very low and try to sweep the entire front of the defensive line out. And that's how they're getting those 2 to 3 yards on a play. And with that kind of play style, you're going to see some injuries happen tonight, unfortunately.
So Saltmeyer underneath center for the Mounties. Going to take the snap. Hands it off to number 33. Looks like Sage White. And he's going to get about 2 yards on the play. So that's going to bring up 2nd down. 2nd down and about 8. 9:21 on the clock. Wildcats still lead 7-0. So Saltmeyer back under center. 1 split to the right, 1 to the left, single setback. And they're just going to line up and run straight up Wildcats tonight, it looks like. So it looks like their formation for the Mounties is, twin tight ends, twin wing backs.
You're going to see the triple option out of them all night. It's what they've always done. It's probably what they're going to continue to do. Unless something happens to where they're unable to keep running this. I know it's what their coach really likes to run, and they're usually very successful at it on offense. They sometimes get into very high-scoring games with other teams. The key here is going to be whether or not Har-Ber's defense can stop them.
So back up the middle again for another dive, and he is pounded by Austin Henderson. Henderson is not letting him get the first down. So that is going to bring up 4th down and about 1 yard for the Mounties. 8:03 on the clock, 7-0 Wildcats over the Mounties.
4th down play here. Expect to run up the middle out of the Mounties.
And the Mounties are going for it. And he is stopped. I don't know if he got enough there, Blake.
They are going to give him that forward progress spot just enough. He got it by about a yard, it looks like.
So 7:36 into the first quarter left, and the Rogers Mountings do get a first down. The ball sets on the 35-yard line for 1st and 10.
And that's the style of offense that you're going to see Rogers run for the most part. You're going to see them run up the middle. They're content with those 2 to 3 yard plays every time. If they don't get an explosive play, they've burnt a lot of clock, and I think that's their end goal for their offense, is to score touchdowns while burning clock.
So back up the middle again, about 2 yards on the carry for the Mounties. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 8. Linebacker Robertson doing a great job of scraping off and filling a hole there.
Very important for Har-Ber's linebackers this week. If for whatever reason these defensive linemen do get taken out or get their legs taken out from under them, then it cleans off these linebackers to go and make plays, which is what this defense is set up for them to do. So if the cards really fall their way, then these linebackers should come off clean and make very clean tackles. They should have 15 tackle games.
Solmeyer back under center. He's going to roll to the right. He's going to be dropped for a loss.
Sniffed that one out immediately.
And that is a great response to first down from the Rogers Mounties. 6:24 on the clock. So there's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 now. The ball sets on the 35-yard line. Val on the tackle there.
Keegan Anderson subbing in for the Wildcats, along with Bryce Yates.
Quarterback at shotgun for the first time. We got 4 split to the right. They're going to throw to the right. It's going to be incomplete. A lot of pressure on the quarterback.
You can tell when these guys get back in the spread style of offense, it's not what they're used to. They're not comfortable. This quarterback's not comfortable sitting back and making those accurate throws to his receivers. They're really comfortable running that option where they have linemen just blasting downfield and the quarterback can fake it 2 or 3 times. This isn't the style of offense that they usually run.
Nasali, they're pressuring the quarterback on that last play. That's 4th and 10 now for the Mounties. They're back to punt. 5:50 on the clock here in the first quarter. Wildcats 7, Mounties 0. End over end punt. Looks like Trey Smith is, oh boy. Looks like they're going to fumble it, and the Mounties are going to jump on it for a touchdown.
Oh my goodness. When you have 2 returners, you have to call whose ball it is. You can't just sit there and hope it's yours. There has to be some kind of communication between both of the back guys. And that's just a mental error that caused that touchdown there. They completely gave that one up just due to mental error.
So with 5:39 left to go in the first half, or the first quarter, Mounties strike on a fumble recovery from punt.
Instant points off of turnover.
Coach Wood did talk about special teams, needing to sharpen up the edges, and that's a great example of more work that needs to happen during the week of practice.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure they did work on that and chalk it up to maybe early game jitters, but it's just something you don't want to see out of 2 of really your better offensive players back there.
So it looks like the extra point, is good, but we do have a flag on the play. Looks like we have 12.
Point's still good as the penalty is declined here.
Well, looks like 12 people on the field for the Wildcats. So a little bit of pregame jitters or beginning of the game jitters that need to get ironed out, and they will, I assure you. So with 5:39 to go in the first quarter, Rogers Mounting ties it up with the Wildcats 7-7. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the Wildcat Sports Network.
We came to Har-Ber Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
Welcome back to Har-Ber Wildcat Stadium. 5:39 on the clock, first quarter. We are tied up here 7-7.
That penalty looks to be enforced here on the end of the kickoff. Rogers Mounties will kick off from Har-Ber's 45-yard line. Almost a guaranteed touchback here.
So Har-Ber's kick return team is in an onside kick position. And a kick is up, and it is deep. So it will be a touchback for the Wildcats.
Ends up being about a 55-yard field goal there.
With plenty of leg.
Yeah. Oh, he could have probably kicked it from 60.
Yep.
Back it up and let him try it again. Harbor's offense comes out here now with a little bit of swagger from last time. Even though there was a little bit of a mistake there, this is a group that really fell into a rhythm on their last drive. And look for more of the same on this drive here.
So Chandler back at shotgun, twin split to the left, single to the right, and a single setback. Chandler takes the snap, drops back, looks left. Going to be incomplete to Blackston down here on our side of the field.
Just a little wide there on that throw. Got a little far ahead of Blackston. Chandler will settle down as this game moves a little farther into the future, but you'll start to see him make some of those throws very early on. When he warms up, it's not usually an issue, but one of those mistakes that we saw right there.
5:35 on the clock. We're still tied up 7-7 here at Wildcat Stadium. Twin to the left, single to the right. Chandler back at shotgun. Throws again over here to Tyler Blackston. He's going to be completed, and he's going to get about 5 yards on the carry. On the pass completion.
Bring up about 3rd and 5 here.
3rd down and 5 for the Wildcats. Great little quick pass to Blackston, and he basically did all the work from there.
Yeah, they do like those wide receiver quick routes, throwing those behind the line of scrimmage and then letting the wide receiver show off some of their talent.
So Hannon gets the handoff up the middle and drives about 4 guys with him for the first down, like a workhorse that he is. So that's going to bring 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Hannon's getting some really nice holes opened up at the offensive line here. Very explosive play out of this big group of core guys here. And then once Hannon gets into the second level, as you know, he's just so difficult to bring down.
Hannon again up the middle, and he's going to get about a yard on the forward progress there. Har-Ber demonstrating that they are able to just line up and run it straight at you.
Yeah, no, that's their bread and butter. It's their staple. They're very good at it, and that's what they want to do. It's a good game for Coach Wood and this Har-Ber Wildcat crew when they can line it up and run it 70% of the time and get good average yards per carry.
Trey Smith split to the left, single setback. Hannon back. Blackston incomplete across the middle.
Hit him in the hands, too.
Unusual for Tyler Blackston to drop a pass.
Yeah, well, we're seeing a couple mental errors out of this Har-Ber group of guys. I understand the jitters as it's the very first conference game and you want to play well, but at some point you got to settle down and just play football.
So Chandler back at shotgun, twin to the left, twin to the right, single setback. Looks like Conkle maybe. Looks to the sideline for confirmation. Chandler's going to keep it. He's going to roll left, and he's going to scramble. He has got speed, so he's got enough for a first down and another 7 on top of that.
Yeah, he is not a guy that you want to let break the pocket. He's got reported 4.6, 40-yard dash speed, and I think his game speed might actually be faster than that. When he breaks the pocket, he is very dangerous.
So that's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, 4:02 on the clock, 7-7 here at Wildcat Stadium. Ball sets on the 48-yard line. the Mountie 48-yard line. Twin to the right, twin split to the left. Chandler back at shotgun. Drops back, looks for the screen. Trey Smith catches the ball, and he's going to be tackled for about a yard loss.
Ran back directly into a waiting Rogers defender. A lot of those guys from the interior sniffed out the screen as soon as they were released by the offensive lineman. When that happens, as a offensive player, you really have to work on getting upfield quickly because the screen blocking is disappearing quickly as well.
So 2nd down and 11 for the Wildcats. Trey Smith split to the left. Chandler back at shotgun. Twin split to the right. Going to hand it off to Hannon, who's got a lot of room. He's going to break into the secondary, and he's shaking and moving. He's got enough for a 1st down, plus another 15 on top of that.
Hannon's in store to have a very big night tonight. Rogers' defense is forced to respect the pass here with the Fuller Chandler's arm, which opens up just massive running lanes for Luke Hannon, who's already good when he has no running lanes. So look for a very big night out of him.
Again, back to Hannon, same play, up the middle, and almost as successful as the last one. It's enough for a 1st down here at Wildcat Stadium, where it's tied 7-7 with 3:08 on the clock. Har-Ber just lining up and going at it.
Yep. Hand the ball to Luke Hannon and let your big boys take care of work up in front, and they are doing exactly that.
So Chandler takes the snap, drops back, looks to the right, throws in the deep corner. Blackston open. Touchdown, Har-Ber Wildcats.
Beautiful throw from Fuller Chandler. Tyler Blackston there just reeled it in. Nobody defender-wise even came close to that pass.
No, it was a touchdown before it was even thrown. So with 2:58 on the clock, the Wildcats strike again on their 2nd possession of the game. So 13-7 so far as they line up for the extra point. Snap is good, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So that's going to lock the Wildcats at 14 tonight. In the 1st quarter. A little premature. 2:58 on the clock. 7 for the Mounties tonight.
And during this change of possession, the Wildcat Sports Network would like to thank Catering Unlimited and Tire Track for donating the audio equipment to make this broadcast possible.
A lot of fans here at Wildcat Stadium tonight. I see a lot of people. I see Larry Clinkscales down there. A lot of the administration here supporting the Wildcats. Great night tonight for Har-Ber football.
Yeah, it's always good when the fans fill up the bleachers. Rogers' side really was rather empty until about 6:58, and they all started pouring in like they were all tailgating right before the game. Har-Ber side pretty strong from about 6:30 on.
So the Wildcats line up for kickoff. 2:58 left to go in the 1st quarter. 14-7 over the Mounties. So the kick is off, and it's going to be fielded about the 2-yard line, and they're coming out with it. And he's going to get across the 20, be tackled at the 20 by everybody but the kicker for the Wildcats.
Yeah, the kicker's got to make sure his tee's still there.
He goes back and he plays safety for his tee, brings it off the field, and now we're ready for some defense for the Wildcats.
You know, you laugh, but this is actually the kicker's job here is to hang back and play safety. He is the last line of defense if the coverage does fail. Usually do a very good job, too. The kickers for Har-Ber aren't usually dedicated kickers. They're guys that play other roles and are very good.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line as the Mounties come to the ball. Their quarterback under center. Single set back. Pitches around to the left-hand side, and he's going to be stopped immediately as soon as he got the ball. It looks like, I believe that's Hall on the tackle.
Yeah, great play there. Basically, we had guys flowing from the inside in the corner. I was trying to get a number on it. It's difficult to see on these jerseys sometimes. The corner played up exceptionally well there, ensured that nobody was getting out around him.
2:29 on the clock as it continues to run here in the 1st quarter at Wildcat Stadium.
The corner, if it's the same, was Brighton Cook.
Quarterback under center is going to hand it off and stuffed. He keeps it, and he's hit 4 or 5 times. He's not going to get any yardage whatsoever.
That's really the only play that you have here as a defense, when you can't rely on guys to accurately read who gets the ball when they're running so many fake handoffs in the backfield, so much misdirection, and so you have to tackle all of them, and that's what you saw there. Cornerback on the outside locking down out against the pitch man, the linebackers locking in on the quarterback for that option, and the entire interior there just stuffing the run up the middle in hopes that none of those 3 guys are going to get the ball.
So that's 3rd and 10 for the Mounties. The ball sets on the 20-yard line still. They have yet to get a yard in this possession. So they line up in the spread. Looks like the Mounties are going to call a timeout, and we're going to take a timeout with them. You're watching Wildcat football on the Wildcat Sports Network.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
Welcome back to Har-Ber Wildcat Stadium in beautiful Springdale, Arkansas. With 1:30 left to go in the first quarter, Wildcats lead 14-7 over the Rogers Mounties. Rogers Mounties have the ball. It's 3rd down and 10. The ball sets on the 20-yard line, exactly where it was when they got the ball in the first down. In the spread, drops back, incomplete across the middle.
As those Blaze brothers there flying in to try to catch the ball off the pick. Receiver there bobbled it about 3 or 4 times.
Like Max Horton at quarterback now for the Mounties.
Both these guys are very accurate and have very good arms. We saw both of them in warm-ups. They have the ability to get the ball to a lot of different targets. I believe that Horton's the guy with a little bit better arm, can get it downfield more on routes if they elect to go that way. But here we're going to see a punt because it's 4th down.
4th and 10 for the Mounties. Not able this possession to get an inch on the Wildcat defense. The kick is up, but the kick is going to go out of bounds about the 50-yard line. So the Wildcats will come back on offense at another chance for a score to add against their already 14 points.
And the key here is minimizing mistakes. Wildcats have proven very early on in this game that they have the ability to score, and the defense has the ability to shut down this offense if they don't make mental mistakes. And on the last drive for both the offense and the defense, the Wildcats did eliminate those from the first drive. If they can maintain that through the game, it's going to be a very easy game for them, it appears.
Wildcats have the ball, 1st and 10 from the 50, minute 18 on the clock. Chandler back at shotgun, twin split to the right, single setback, and Solly's back there. And Trey Smith down here on the short side of the field. Solly takes the ball over the left side, and he's going to get tripped up, but he's going to get about 3 yards on that carry.
You can get 3 yards on every carry. You have a successful run game. Har-Ber's probably averaging a little bit more than that thanks to this offensive line and Luke Hannon starting up at the beginning. So.
So Nasali's going to take the handoff around the left-hand side. He's breaking a couple tackles. He's got enough for a 1st down. They're going to tack on about another 3 on top of that. 36 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The Wildcats lead 14-7. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball sets on the 47-yard line. Chandler back, quick throw to the right. Looks like that's Blackston. Blackston's going to get it. He's going to be stopped short of the 1st down, but he's going to get 3-4 yards on the carry.
Those quick routes are very good because they allow the linebackers, or they try to force rather these the outside linebackers out into covering those short routes, which takes some pressure off the interior, opens up more gaps for your run game.
So we got a timeout here at Wildcat Stadium. We're going to take the timeout with them. You're watching Wildcat football at the end of the first quarter. You're watching it on the Wildcat Sports Network.
This is Jack. And this
I am starving!
is Jack's appetite. It's never satisfied.
I'm hungry. Seriously, dude? What?
Then Jack's mom started serving Tyson Anytizer snacks with all white meat and lots of protein. They're the only snacks that make Jack's appetite disappear. Tyson Anytizer snacks. Consider snacking solved.
Welcome back to beautiful Har-Ber Wildcat Stadium in Springdale, Arkansas, where we entered the second quarter. Fresh 12 minutes on the clock. Har-Ber Wildcats lead 14-7 over the visiting Rogers Mounties.
Yep, very good lead here, and really minus the mistake that they had on that punt return, it should be 14-0 right now. As long as they eliminate those mistakes, I don't think that Rogers' offense has the ability to score on this defense. I don't think the defense has the ability to stop Har-Ber's offense. If they do have that ability, it's yet to be seen. And so as long as there's not a lot of mistakes, Har-Ber's going to come out of this very good.
Chandler back at shotgun, single to the left, single to the right, going to hand it off to Nasali. Nasali, he's going to have to fight for it. First touch, he's got enough for a first down. Rogers Mounties in the offensive backfield where he got the ball, and he just fought for the first down. I mean, it was a rough play for Nasali.
Yeah, very strong lower body for Nasali there. Don't expect him to go down on first contact, sometimes even second contact. Right there, the play almost doomed to be a 2-yard, maybe even a 3-yard loss, but shook both of the guys off that came in for tackles and turned it into a first down there. Very heads-up play, very good hustle play with Nasali there.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball's on the 27-yard line. Like Chandler back to pass, sees Trey Smith open to the left, complete for about 7 yards on the completion. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Wildcats.
So those quick, high completion rate routes, runs up the middle. Nothing fancy for Har-Ber here. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. Don't get outside of your comfort zone running trick plays when you don't need to, when your bread and butter is working perfectly fine.
2nd down and 4 for the Wildcats. Chandler back at shotgun. Hands it off to Nasali. Nasali around the right-hand side, and just typical Nasali, he's going to drag half the team with him, and he's going to get down to the first down marker.
Nasali's one of the best downhill backs that I've seen in a very long time. Just the ability to lower his shoulders and still maintain the same speed that he had when he was in sprinting form, basically. And as soon as he gets hit, it doesn't look like he slows down at all. He can drag almost any number of guys with him and maintain the same level of speed that he hit the gap with.
So 10:38 left to go in the second quarter. Chandler back at shotgun, one left, one split to the right. Hannon's going to take it around the right-hand side, and he's wide open. He's not going to be stopped. That's a touchdown, Har-Ber Wildcats.
Luke Hannon takes it in for a long touchdown run there. Nice little 16-yard
roundabout on the touchdown. That gives the Wildcats 20 as they prepare for the extra point over the Rogers Mounties 7.
Luke Hannon already having a very good night tonight on the ground. Ripped for a couple big runs. I'd say at this point it's about 4 10-plus yard runs for Luke Hannon. Look to see even more of that success continue.
Kick is up. The kick is good. So tonight at Har-Ber Wildcat Stadium, the Wildcats 21, the Mounties 7 with 10:24 to go in the first half. We're going to take a quick break right here, and we'll be back right after this. You're watching the Wildcat Sports Network. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium, where Har-Ber just scored another touchdown, 21 points over the Rogers Mounties 7 as they line up for the kickoff.
High efficiency offense, a lot of points. Har-Ber keeps up this pace, it's going to be a very rough game for this Rogers defense.
So with 10:24 left to go in the half, the kick is off, and the kick is going to be fielded inside the end zone. So that's a touchback again tonight. Rogers will get the ball 1st and 10 from the 20. And if Rogers is going to keep up with the Wildcat offense, they're going to have to put some points on the board.
Yeah, when you have an offense like Rogers, their offensive style is controlling the pace of the game. They're built to protect leads and not come back from big deficits. And if they can't put something together here, they're going to have a very difficult time clawing back, considering that their offense isn't built to erase large deficits. I mean, they need to speed up the game here and try to put points on the board if they want to have any chance at coming back.
So it looks Saltmeyer back at quarterback, pitches around to the right-hand side, and he's going to get a first down, it looks like. He might be just shy. That was a great run by the Mounties.
A little bit of run outside there, trying to make something happen. Still a run play, but as far as run plays go, one of the more flashier plays, trying to get an edge and maybe turn it into something large. Nice, refreshing change of pace from the very slow runs up the middle that we've been seeing out of the Mounties.
So with 10:18 left to go in the first half, Wildcats still 21-97. And it looks like it's 2nd down and 2 now. Saltmeyer under center. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and he's going to be stopped short.
We're going to go ahead and give him the first down there.
So the Mounties get the first down, be 1st and 10 from the 30 with 10:11 to go on the clock.
Mounties offense does not appear to be in any hurry here. They're taking their time getting up to the line, not letting it get to them. Something to be said about their composure that they're showing.
Saltmeyer back under center. Hands it off. Nope, he's going to pitch it out to the right-hand side, and he's got some room, but he's going to be stopped dead as soon as he gets to the cornerback there.
Excellent play out of the corner on the far side of the field. They're taking on a block, shedding underneath the block. It was almost a rip move to make that tackle there. Running back only had one guy to beat, and
Cook did a great job open field tackle there, stopping the first down.
Absolutely.
So that's 2nd down and a long one for the Mounties.
Clock at 9 minutes and 38 seconds.
Mounties coming to the line of scrimmage. Saltmeyer underneath. He's going to keep it, and he's going to be flushed back up the middle. He's got enough for a first down. And he's going to tack on another 4 on top of that.
That slow and steady wins the race mentality is all fine and dandy. Like I said, when you're up, when you're winning, but when you're losing, it makes it hard to try to manage that clock and come back from a deficit here. I think they're going to have to speed it up here. I know they're trying to show composure, but it's a little bit too slow, I think, for the pace of this game.
1st and 10 for the Mounties. The ball's on the 44-yard line. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and Har-Ber is denying any yardage on that play.
Yep, stuffed it immediately. They knew where they were going. And I think the good part about that play is we've seen that play, and by that play, I mean the specific movements of that play. I would say a majority of plays tonight. They just have so many different plays they can run out of that. They can hand the ball off up the middle like they did right there. The quarterback can keep it, or he can pitch it to the running back on the outside there. Even though they stuffed the play up the middle, there was still guys covering the quarterback and the running back on that play.
Quarterback under center, 2nd down and 10. Pitches to the right-hand side for the sweep. Defensive tackle's there to make first contact, and the rest of the Wildcats show up to stop him for about a 2-yard gain.
Good pursuit play out of the defense here, making sure they flowed with the play as soon as everybody was sure that the pitch man got the ball. They were all sure to flow to the outside and make sure that their teammates had help on the tackle.
So 3rd down and 7 for the Wildcats. Ball sets on the 47-yard line. It's 8:05 left to go in the half. Wildcats lead 21-7 over the Mounties. The quarterback's going to keep it, Saltmeyer, and he's going to be hit and hit hard. He is short of the first down by about 2 yards, maybe even 3, depending on the spot.
About 2.5 yards there. Will be 4th down. Interesting call coming out of the Mounties here, down 14 points with 7 minutes and 28 seconds left in the second quarter.
They are on the Wildcat side of the field, so they're going for it. So Coach Flanagan's showing a lot of confidence in her offense. Takes a snap, hands it off. Nope, he's going to keep it, pitch it. They've got enough for a first down. And he's going to be stopped for about a 7-yard gain there.
It's interesting, almost looked like a planned pitch, not a read option pitch there. They usually have been saving those pitch plays for when they absolutely have to get a couple extra yards or trying to rip off just large plays and getting away from it. It's almost their pass play. When a normal team would go to a pass play to try to get those extra yards, they go to the outside pitch play and just basically draw it up so that the quarterback knows he's going to go ahead and pitch it, just trying to stretch the defense. We've seen it a few times in clutch situations for them.
So Saltmeyer is going to hand it off up the middle, and he's going to be stopped by 4 or 5 of the Wildcats for about he might have got a yard on that one, Blake.
These linebackers are playing exceptionally well, coming up to fill the gaps that this, I would say, very effective Rogers offensive line is creating. Linebackers are forced to play well when the defensive linemen do their job and take up blocks, and they've been up to the task tonight.
2nd down and 9 for the Mounties. 6:12 left to go in the half. Ball sets on the 40-yard line, the Wildcat 40. Saltmeyer under center. Pitches a quick sweep to the left, and he's got some room. He's going to get around. He's got to get enough for a first down, and he's going to tack on about 7 more on top of that.
That play was the result of a missed tackle. I believe that was Henderson there that shot up and attempted to make the play in the backfield. He was not there to fill up and make that play for a 5-yard gain, and so turned it into something a little bit bigger. Like I said earlier, it's the mistakes that are causing the heartache for Har-Ber here. If they play solid football, they have the game in hand, but mistakes are killer.
So that's 1st and 10 for the Mounties. The ball sets on the 22-yard line. There is 5:55 left to go in the half. Saltmeyer under center. Hands it off. He's going to keep it. He's met Jake Robertson there on the play.
These quarterbacks are being made to pay for running it up the middle. Not often as a linebacker or defensive lineman that you just get to tee off on a quarterback like they get to tonight, and so they're making every hit count.
5:35, the clock continues to drop here at Wildcat Stadium, where the Wildcats lead 21-7 over the Mounties. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 9. They're going to give him a yard on that. He got hit a few times pretty hard, so they're going to give him a yard.
5:17 left on the clock.
Quick pitch around the right-hand side. They're rushing him out to the sideline, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down. He might have got another 2 yards on top of that.
Very difficult to see sometimes numbers and exactly who's carrying and who's tackling with this style of offense. They have blockers everywhere, and tackles are usually, since these running backs are so tough and don't go down easily, there's usually a lot of guys in there on that tackle, and there's just mobs of people everywhere. Very slow style of offense designed to be sure, but I think that's the one thing hurting Rogers' offense tonight is that they're not getting anything for sure, and so they need to change something up to make that more effective.
So Rogers is going to quick pitch it around the left-hand side. He's going to be tackled for about a 5-yard gain. He's going to be short of the first down.
Another 4th and short for the Mountaineers here. Mounties.
So 4:49 on the clock. It continues to run. It's going to be 4th down and a short 1. So for the first time tonight, the Wildcat defense has their back against the wall as the Mounties come into the red zone.
Yeah, starting to put together, a drive where they feel comfortable going for it on 4th down. Actually doing it very well.
Quarterback keeper up the middle, Saltmeyer on it, and he's going to pay for that. He's going to have enough for a first down, so that's going to bring up 1st down and 10 for the Mounties as they spot the ball about the 9-yard line.
Yeah, Saltmeyer's 6'2", 220 pounds, just a very big quarterback that they feel comfortable with letting him drop his shoulders and run into guys. He matches, if not bigger than, a lot of Har-Ber's secondary and linebackers. And so his ability to gain yards, I mean, you only need one or two, I think the Rogers coaches are very comfortable with.
Saltmeyer back under center, one split to the left. Hands it off up the middle to White. White is going to be stopped. He got 1 yard maybe on the forward progress.
What's interesting here is that you won't see Rogers' offensive play style change. Their entire length of the field, they run almost a goal line type offense where they're shooting off at their offensive linemen and running up the middle a whole bunch. They can still run the exact same play set that they've been running the entire length of the field. It's basically just a full-time goal line offense.
3:29 left to go in the half. Rogers in the red zone, and we've got a flag on the play. No, we do not have a flag on the play. We have a Rogers timeout. So we're going to take a timeout with them. You're watching Wildcat football here at Har-Ber Wildcat Stadium on the Wildcat Sports Network.
Chevrolet has the longest lasting, most dependable full-size trucks on the road. And at Everett Chevrolet, we think the slogan, "Find new roads," couldn't be more at home than in beautiful Northwest Arkansas. The 2015 Silverado has the most fuel-efficient gas V8 ever, perfect for those long drives in the country. And for those new roads that are hard to find, Silverado's rugged power will pull you through. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale.
Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium with 3:23 left to go in the first half. Wildcats 21, Rogers Mounting 7.
Defense here with a tall task in front of them, trying to maintain a 14-point lead with 3:23 left in the second quarter. Backs against the wall here. It's crunch time.
Looks like Saltmeyer under center. White back behind him and one split to the left here. And they're going to hand it off to White up the middle, and he's going to get hit hard, but he's going to be stopped about the 4-yard line.
These backs are used to taking a lot of punishment. Running between the tackles is a tall order for anyone. And you're going to take hits doing it. And so if you're going to start in this style of offense, you better be ready to take some hits.
So we have 3rd down and 4 to go. 2:59 on the clock. It continues to run here. Wildcats 21, the Rogers Mounting 7, but the Rogers Mounting's knocking on the door of the Wildcat touchdown.
Mounting's now eating up a lot of this second quarter clock with their very slow style of offense. If they can score here, it's exactly what their offense is designed to do.
And we got the option here, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. Brought down from behind from Jake Robertson.
Great play there. And they run the option out to that side over there. If quarterback gets tackled from behind, a lot of times he won't pitch it because he doesn't see the tackle coming. If he's going down, he doesn't feel comfortable pitching it. So really optimal situation there for Har-Ber's defense. Forcing a 4th down, and we might get to see a field goal here.
Looks like field goal team coming out on the field. 4th down, and that's right about the 6-yard line.
A lot of teams in the 7A West, you got to watch out for a little bit of trickeration here.
Trickeration on the call. The kick is good. So with 1 minute, 54 seconds left to go in the half, Rogers 10, Wildcats 21.
And during this change of possession, as always, we would like to thank Catering Unlimited and Tire Tracks for providing this audio equipment to make this broadcast possible. For all those who couldn't make the game tonight and those relatives and friends and family out of town, we thank you sincerely for providing this opportunity.
So 2015 homecoming here at Wildcat Stadium, beautiful Springdale, Arkansas. Quite a lot of fans here in the bleachers, Blake.
Yeah, very early homecoming from what it usually is traditionally, but I think the fans are appreciative of a little bit warmer weather than you usually see at homecoming. Not a lot of jackets required. I see a few long sleeve shirts, but weather probably in the lower 70s to upper 60s by now. We're getting to see a very good football weather, especially for all these Har-Ber Wildcats that have come back, that have graduated.
So quite a show in store for the viewers tonight. The Har-Ber Wildcat Band performs tonight, and I believe the Rogers Mounting Band performs.
Yeah, we should have a lot of very good halftime entertainment for y'all. Hope you'll all stick around and watch it. These band members and all of the student activities that perform at halftime have really put in a lot of work in designing programs that just reflect both of these schools exceptionally well.
So Rogers sets up to kick from the 40. Minute 54 left to go in the half. Wildcats 21, the Rogers Mountings 10. And the kick is off. It is deep, and it is going to be a touchback. So the Wildcats will get the ball 1st and 10 with a minute 54 left to go in the first half from the 20-yard line. Wildcats are 21, the Mounties are 10. And I think Coach Woods designed a response to that field goal from the Mounties.
Yeah, just a master at managing the clock here. Definitely have the ability to score in a minute and 54 seconds. I mean, they've probably scored quicker than that already in this game. Don't be surprised when it happens again.
So they come to the line of scrimmage. Chandler back at shotgun. Twin split to the left. And it looks like we've got some false start here on the Wildcats. So that's going to back the Wildcats up for 5. They do like to get a running start at this.
I believe the last time you said that they took it for about a 70-yard touchdown.
They did, 76 yards. And I am hoping that happens again.
Aren't we all?
Twin split left, single set to the right. Hand off to Hannon around the right-hand side, and he's going to get a hard 5 yards there.
Back to the original line of scrimmage. He's 2nd down and 10.
Luke Hannon does not like to be tackled unless he can get 5 yards minimum per play.
And he's averaging much more than that per carry tonight already. Those explosive runs that he had early on in this game, it really bolstered his per carry average.
So Chandler scrambling, he's going to get rid of it there. A lot of penetration from the Rogers defensive line.
Yeah, very unusual. I couldn't tell if I had a post in my way. I couldn't tell if that was supposed to be a screenplay or not, but there was a lot of Rogers defenders in the backfield there.
It did look like a screenplay. I just didn't see anybody to throw it to. So they come to the line of scrimmage. Chandler back at shotgun. They're in the spread formation, so we got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. There's a minute 27 on the clock here in the first half. Chandler drops back. He looks downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. Looks like a busted play there to Blackston.
Yeah, I don't know if Blackston got held up there or if he just stopped running his route there, but field was open, just Blackston a little bit short for that throw.
So that's going to bring up 4th and 10 for the Wildcats. And I'm not sure, I mean, they're showing.
I think we're going to expect to see one of those quick punts out of Chandler here.
Yeah, that's what happens. We have a kick, and it's high, but it's short, and it's going to be kicked out of bounds about the 49.
He is still walking.
And it's going to be about the 46-yard line, the Wildcat 46.
And Har-Ber's defense again faced around a minute and 15 seconds here to defend 40-plus yards against a Mounties offense that started putting stuff together on their last drive.
Interesting to see what Coach Fimple has dialed up for a response to the field goal that they had last possession. 21 to 10 over the Mounties tonight at Har-Ber Wildcats. So Max Horton in at quarterback. He's at the, and we got trips right, and we're actually in the spread. So he's got everybody out. It's going to be a pass play. Henderson almost intercepted that one. He deflected it.
Sam Hall putting pressure on the quarterback there, came off and delivered a pop. That cannot feel good.
One of the last people I want to get hit by is Sam Hall.
Yeah, very explosive off the line. Really, he's almost built like a linebacker. A little bit smaller for a defensive lineman, but he moves very well. He gets off of blocks and he explodes through tackles, which is always not fun when you're on the receiving end of one of those.
2nd down and 10 here at Wildcat Stadium for the Mounties. And we've got everybody out running pass patterns. We've got a screen coming across the middle, and he's going to get some extra yardage. He's got enough for a first down, and he's going to be dropped about the 28-yard line.
There's Ramirez coming in. Alejandro Ramirez coming in all the way across the field to deliver the final hit. Very effective screenplay out of Rogers here, showing a little bit different offensive form.
1 minute left to go in the half here at Wildcat Stadium. The clock starts again.
Naughty still with one timeout left. 50 seconds left in the half.
And it looks like Horton back at shotgun. And we've got everybody out running pass patterns here. He's going to scramble around to the right-hand side. He's going to be thrown. It's going to be completed. He is out of bounds.
The ball definitely hit the ground there out of bounds, and the referee was in the perfect spot to make that call right on top of it. Hopefully slow down a little bit of this passing onslaught from the Mounties here.
So 35 seconds left to go on the half, and they're getting dangerously close to the red zone for the Wildcats.
Yeah, they're going to have to get a little closer if they want to try to come out of this with another field goal here, though. They still have their timeout left, which I assume they're saving for closer to the end of the half, but don't put it past them to try something long here for the end zone.
So it's 2nd down and 10 for the Mounties. Horton back. Quick pass, looks like for about 5 yards complete.
He will get out of bounds there. Both of those receivers from the trips on the right side running crossing routes over the field, really confusing this defensive backfield, having to hand off a lot of guys, and a lot of those guys underneath are coming open.
29 seconds left on the clock for the first half. It is stopped because of the completion out of bounds. 3rd down and 6 for the Mounties. Horton back at shotgun. Trips right, twin to the left. Takes the snap, drops back, looks to the right. Another crossing pattern coming across midfield, and he's going to be tackled by the hash mark. So that's going to be 20 seconds, 19 as the clock continues to run.
3rd time in a row they've run those crossing patterns over the middle with one or more receivers. Seem to be finding success with it. The clock rolls down now under 8 seconds. They're probably going to hold off for the last timeout here.
They're just going to let it go. And they do call a timeout with 3 seconds left to go in the half. Har-Ber Wildcats 21, the Rogers Mounties 10, 4th down and 1. We're going to take a break with them. You're watching Wildcat football on the Wildcat Sports Network.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. From value-packed basic apartments with appliances and washers and dryers to resort-style apartment living on golf courses with fabulous amenities, you'll love where you live and play. Visit lindsaymanagement.com to apply online and see photos, rates, and floor plans for all locations we manage throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium in beautiful Springdale, Arkansas, where the Wildcats are leading 21-10 with 3 seconds left to go in the first half. It's 4th down and 1 for the Mounties. The ball sets on the 20-yard line. We got one play left.
Yeah, whether or not they get the first down or not, there's still only 3 seconds left on the clock. It looks like they're going to line up for a field goal here, and we're going to get to see how good their kicker is.
Looks like Har-Ber's going to call a timeout.
You got timeouts. You might as well ice the kicker here. Kickers, I don't think, at the high school level are confident with their abilities as much as the college and NFL kickers. Much more prone to getting rattled in a situation like this.
Noticing there we have our new score tab on the screen. I hope everybody's enjoying, and that's the compliments of Travis Sherman, a Har-Ber Wildcat TV production. So 3 seconds left to go in the first half. 21-10 over the Mounties. 4th and 1, which is really irrelevant here because we only have one play left.
The Mounties come out again.
And I do not see a kicker. There he is.
Yeah, I saw him out here warming up. He was hitting from about 35-yard line. A little bit different in the game situation, though.
This will be a 37-yard attempt. Snap is good. The kick is up. And the kick is no good. So, going into the half with a no good field goal attempt, Wildcats 21, the Rogers Mounties 10. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have your Har-Ber Wildcat Band and some performances by your favorite drill team and cheerleaders. You're watching Wildcat Football on the Wildcat Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Michael Flowers.
And I'm Joanne Bauer.
YouthBridge is proud to partner with Fox 24 News to help stop bullying.
We want to stop this problem at its source, Michael, and that is why we asked classrooms throughout the region to produce a 20-second video with an anti-bullying message.
Voting will then be open to the public, and the winning classroom will win a $500 gift card presented by YouthBridge. Go to NWA homepage, click on contest, and enter your video on the anti-bullying page.
YouthBridge and Fox 24 News thank area schools for their support in bringing anti-bullying awareness to our area.
We opened our business in downtown Springdale in 2002. So we've been here many years, and we've seen the growth of Springdale and how Springdale has expanded and how the east side of Springdale has expanded in population. And we're really excited about downtown Springdale and how they're rejuvenating that.
Tonight, the Silver Stars will be performing a high kick routine to We Will Rock You.
Welcome to the field, the Rogers Marching Mountaineer Band.
The band is under the field direction of drum majors Eric Aguilar, Emily Walla, and head drum major Grant Larkin. Tonight we will be featuring the music of film composer Danny Elfman. You will hear music from movies like Spider-Man, Tales from the Crypt, The Nightmare Before Christmas, with This Is Halloween featuring Shareya Mijagi on alto saxophone. Then we will close with a piece featuring our percussion. It comes from Danny Elfman's early years with the band Owingo Mowingo. The song Insects. I hope you enjoy the songs of Danny Elfman. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rogers Marching Mountaineer Band. The Rogers Band would like to thank Har-Ber for inviting us to be a part of your halftime show.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Springdale Har-Ber High School Wildcat Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Jeremy Ford, C.J. Morris, Chris Church, Omar Alonzo, and April Shelby, and is led on the field by drum majors Madison McKim, Emily Potts, and Taylor Johnson. Our color guard is coordinated by Danny Darrell. This year's marching production is entitled The Planets, a composition centered around Roman mythology by renowned composer Gustav Holst. Tonight, we will perform the first two segments of our production, Mars, the bringer of war, and tonight, for the very first time, Venus, the goddess of beauty. And now, taking pride in excellence, the Springdale Har-Ber High School Wildcat Marching Band. And there they are, the Springdale Har-Ber High School Wildcat Marching Band.
Welcome back to Har-Ber Wildcat Stadium as we prepare for the second half of football here in beautiful Springdale, Arkansas. With us in the booth, as always, we have Coach Patrick Scott to break down the first half of tonight's contest. Take it away, Blake.
Yeah, I'm here with Coach Patrick Scott. He's been with us for a couple of the early games this year. How are you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great. Good to be back.
Good. Tell us a little bit about what you saw in the first half of this game.
Well, in the first half, of course, we knew Rogers was going to come out in their kind of their inverted bone offense, kind of a variation of the wishbone, and really try to pound and ground, get 2 to 3 yards a pop, and that's kind of what they did. They really were able to convert a lot on third down, and that's kind of where Har-Ber's at right now. They've got to find a solution to that third and short, fourth and short, and they've got to be able to get off the field on defense.
Yeah, we saw, I think very early on, we saw the Har-Ber's ability to kind of stop them, and then unfortunately, the Mounties started putting something together towards the end. And I think that's one of the things that we were wanting to talk about was Har-Ber's ability to get off the field on third and fourth down, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this offense is very frustrating for a defense. 2 totally different styles from last week to this week to prepare for. And defensively, when you are going against an offense that can consistently get 2 to 3 yards and they're willing to go for it on fourth down and short, it's very frustrating, especially if you cannot stop them. If you can ever catch them in a second and long or a third and even 5 or 6, you're going to feel pretty good about that.
Okay. Awesome. I know you talked to Coach Wood earlier this week talking about where he felt the team stood after the win at Conway last week. What was that conversation like?
Right. You know, through your non-conference games, your focus as a team and as a staff is just to get the team better. And so you want to improve every week. And I don't know if he felt like they improved much from week 2 to week 3 offensively. They had a good showing. They scored some points. But really, it was a Conway team that struggled a little bit. And he really wanted to emphasize this week that they had worked on pass protection. That's been a main point of emphasis in practice. And we saw that tonight in the first half. They did a pretty good job of pass protection. They didn't throw it a lot. Coach Wood establishing the run early in this game, and I think that's going to suit them well in the second half as well. I think the one scramble that Fuller did have was on a third down, and there was really nothing open downfield, so he took off.
Yeah, absolutely. We're about to start the second half here. The teams are about to line up to kick off and to receive. Why don't you give us your anywhere from 3 to 4 keys for the game for Har-Ber moving forward?
Right. Well, I think the biggest key coming out in the second half is really scoring on this first drive where they get the ball coming out in the half and setting the tone to the second half, saying, hey, we kind of let you guys hang close and you're within, you know, a score and a half really. You know, that last field goal could have put them within 1 touchdown. So coming out and scoring in the second half is huge. I think limiting that mental mistake that you saw in the first quarter on the punt return team, you had 2 guys kind of miscommunicating with each other and gave Rogers some hope. And you don't want to give a team that's got nothing to lose a little hope, because then they'll stick around and you just never know what will happen. So limit those mistakes. And then I think a big key in the second half offensively is going ahead and establishing that run. Keep your defense off the field. If they're having a hard time getting Rogers off the field on third down or fourth down, go ahead and give them a break, have some longer drives, mix in a little pass and play action with it, but really work on the run game here in the second half.
Okay, awesome. I mean, we saw that a little bit, I think, in the first half. We had Luke Hannon rip off, I think, 4+ 10-yard runs there. He had the ability to make a guy miss. The offensive line doing a very good job run blocking, despite, like what you said, the focus on pass blocking there.
So Har-Ber is set to kick off. The kick is deep. It's going to be a back in the end zone for a touchback. So the Mounties will get the ball, 1st and 10 from the 20.
And Har-Ber's defense will get a chance here to come out and redeem themselves from giving up a little bit of yards at the end of the first half there.
Right. Yeah, this is going to be great to see what kind of adjustment we made on defense at halftime. See if we do anything different up front, slow them down a little bit.
Yeah, I think one of the big things here is to see if there was an adjustment to the crossing routes that they ran. Might not see them go back to it till late in the fourth quarter, but obviously a big adjustment needed.
So the Mounties going to take the ball. Looks like we have White around the right-hand side. He's going to be stopped. He's going to be short of the line of scrimmage, so he's going to be for a loss of about a yard, maybe 2 yards. And they're going to give him a yard. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and about 11.
This is a little bit of what we talked about, Blake, at halftime. Getting them into a second long situation is really kind of key to slowing this down.
So great containment on the right-hand side. Looks like Brothers up for the tackle.
And just like that, the defense forces the Mountie offense into a situation that they don't like when they have to get long yardage. They're really content to just put their head down and grind out 3-4 yards a carry here. But now they're almost certainly have to throw it, but they have about 15 yards to go, 16 yards to go until the first down.
So it's 3rd down and 17. The ball is on the 13-yard line with 10:49 left to go in the third quarter. It's like Saltmeyer back at shotgun. And here comes the crossing pattern. He's going to throw deep. He's got a man open. And that's enough for a 1st down. He's going to be about 10 more on top of that. So that's going to bring him close to midfield, but they're going to be down about the 41-yard line.
And that's the first thing you can't let happen as a corner. They have 16 yards to go until the 1st down. You give them some cushion and you play the sticks there. Just, I guess, another mental mistake there, letting a receiver get behind you and letting a quarterback just drop it right on top of him there.
So 1st and 10 for the Mounties. Ball's on the 41-yard line. Like Saltmeyer back under center. He's going to keep it, and he's going to, he handed it off, it looks like, to White. White is going to be stopped short of the line of scrimmage.
That was Ramirez on the first contact there, swallowed him up and drove him back while a host of Wildcats came to help on that tackle. Really good swarming defense like we were talking about there towards the end of the halftime. It's going to be very necessary for a lot of help on those plays if you want to get off the field.
So that's 2nd down and 10, 10:08 as the clock continues to run. Ball sits on the 41-yard line. 2nd down and 10. They come to the line of scrimmage. Saltmeyer under center. One split to the left, one to the right. He's going to roll to the right, and he's going to be stuffed. Great containment on this side.
That was Nasali in on the tackle.
Nasali over here on the tackle. Looked like Cook scraping up to help assist. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 11. Nine minutes, 22 left to go in the third quarter. 3rd down and 11. Ball sits right on the 40-yard line. We're back in the spread. Looks like we have a man deep, but he's going to be overthrown. Great coverage. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 11 for the Mounties. And we do have a penalty on the field. Looks like that's against the Mounties, and we're going to decline the penalty. So that's going to bring up the 4th down.
4th and long here. The punting unit's going to come out onto the field, and we're probably going to get to see a Har-Ber return, looking to eliminate those mental mistakes here.
So 9:02 to go in the third quarter. Mounties back to punt. The kick is up. It's a good punt. And it looks like Trey Smith is going to be down about the 21-yard line on the punt reception. So with 8 minutes and 55 seconds left to go, the Har-Ber Wildcats will get the ball. We'll get the ball for the first time on offense in the second half. Be interesting to see what they've drawn up here, Blake, from halftime.
Yeah, and Coach Scott's going to head back down to the sideline. Hopefully he'll be up here a little bit later if possible to give us some post-game analysis. Thank you very much for your time, Coach Scott.
Hey, absolutely. Anytime. Great to be here.
We'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
So Chandler back at shotgun. He's going to fake the hand, or he's going to hand it off. Hannon on his horse. He's open field across midfield for about a 30-yard run.
A little bit of shake and bake back and forth there wasn't even necessary. He got to showcase some of his speed and his breakaway ability. He is a very tough running back to keep up with in the open field.
So 8:48 on the clock. First down for Har-Ber as they encroach into the Mounties side of the field. The ball sets about the 48-yard line. Chandler back at shotgun. Twin to the split to the left, single to the right. Hannon up the middle again. He might get back to the line of scrimmage.
Clock continues to run here, down under 8 minutes, 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Wildcats still up 21-10 over the Mounties.
We got some scores from across the 7A West as the plays slow down. Looks like Southside against Bentonville tied up at 14. Springdale trailing Heritage 11-21. And Fayetteville Northside, Fayetteville leads 25-11.
Trey Smith on the reception there, about 8 yards.
8-yard reception by Trey Smith here to the short side of the field. That's going to put the ball about the 41-yard line. Chandler back at shotgun. Hands it off to Hannon up the middle. Hannon is going to have enough for a first down, and then he's going to dish out a couple owies there.
When in doubt, hand it to the big back that can run between the gaps that these offensive linemen create. Offensive line very good at pushing this defensive line back, really just imposing their will. It's very demoralizing as a defense when you have an offense that can consistently run it between the tackles, and there's nothing you can do about it.
So it looks like we got a Har-Ber Wildcat timeout. 7 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Har-Ber Wildcats lead 21-10 over the Mounties. Here at Wildcat Stadium, beautiful Springdale, Arkansas, to a packed house.
Yeah, very good fan participation on both sides tonight. Getting excited at the right moments and really good turnout. Har-Ber side almost full and Rogers side almost full as well.
So first down and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball sets on the 37-yard line. 7:21 to go in the third quarter. Chandler back at shotgun. Twin split to the left. Trey Smith down here to the right. To the left. And Hannon is going to have trouble getting around the right-hand side.
Good run by Hannon there and even better blocking on the edge. Very consistent run. If you can look to hit that every time, you got nothing wrong with your run game.
.6:59 on the clock, second down and 7 for the Wildcats. Ball sits on the 34-yard line. Chandler back at shotgun. Twin split to the left, single to the right. Chandler's Quick passes out here to Trey Smith. Trey Smith's got some extra yards. He's got enough for a first down. He's going to be pushed out about the looks like the 17-yard line.
Trey Smith's so fast in and out of his cuts. He's only at 1 or 2 steps before he's at top speed and has the ability to make guys miss in the open field. That's why he's one of the favorite targets on those really quick hitch routes out on the outside.
Looks like handing around the left-hand side. He's got a little wiggle room. He's shaking, baking, and the ball comes loose in the end zone, and it's going to be recovered by the Mounties. So that's going to be a touchback. But there is a flag on the play. Holding from the Wildcats. That is going to be declined.
Yeah, this is what we talked about at the end of half there. You have to finish drives as an offense. You have to be able to score touchdowns when it matters, not make mental mistakes. I make execution mistakes and shoot yourself in the foot here.
So with 6 minutes, 32 seconds on the clock, Har-Ber marches all the way down the field and turns it over.
Yeah, it's crunch time.
It is crunch time, 6:32. Ball sets on the 20, so right after the touchback, Har-Ber back on defense. It's like White around the left side. We got some Laundry back on the field.
Backing him up. It's an offense that doesn't like to get in those long yardage situations. Even though it's first down, it kind of gets them out of that get only 2 to 3 yards a carry mode. Makes them start to mix in some stuff that they're not as comfortable with doing on offense.
6:32, first down and 15. Ball sits on the 15. So it looks like we have Saltmeyer back under center, one split to the left. He's going to keep it. He's going to follow the back up the hole, but he's going to be stopped by the majority of the Wildcat defense.
Yeah, only 1 or 2 guys hanging back to make sure he didn't break the pile, but the rest of them getting in there, making sure that they wrap him up and take him down. Just very good, solid defense there.
So that's going to bring up second down and 10. Saltmeyer back under center. Single split to the left. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and White is stopped immediately at the line of scrimmage. A little shoving back and forth there, and tempers flare.
Yeah, that's going to create third down there. Like we were talking about earlier, that just the small penalty there that backed them up to 15 yards already got them out of their comfort zone as an offense, still running those same style of plays, and wouldn't actually be a bad series of plays if they only had 10 yards to go, but now they're in third and about 9 yards away from the first down marker there, and it's a crunch time situation for them.
So that's third down and 9 for the Mounties. Ball's on the 21-yard line. Saltmeyer brings him to the line of scrimmage, trips to the right, twin split to the left, and it's going to be another crossing pattern. Everybody's streaking deep. Number 7 for the Mounties complete. He's across to the 35, 37-yard line on the Har-Ber side of the field.
Really only the second time that we've seen them throw deep there, both of them for completions. What happens when you have a very run-heavy offense that kind of lulls the secondary to sleep. Their first couple steps are forward, even as they see the quarterback dropping back for a pass, and that kind of allows those interior receivers to slip past the safeties, and they're going to come open, just falling asleep in the defensive secondary there.
So Brain on the completion there. It's first and 10, and he's going to be dropped.
David Vowell just pile drives the tackle back into the quarterback.
Val saying, we're going to take you back on your side of the field. So that's going to bring up second down, and it's going to be a quick commuter flight for the Rogers Mounties.
I'm not a statistician, but I think you should get 2 sacks for that.
2 going into the logbook right now. 4 minutes, 3 seconds on the clock. It continues to run. Same trips to the left, twin to the right. Saltmeyer back at shotgun. Drops back, looks to the left. Incomplete.
I'll bring up a 3rd and very long for this Mountie offense that has actually done very well when they've gotten in long situations and they needed those long passes. But with the 2nd consecutive one on this drive, I think we're gonna see a defense that's now ready for a deeper pass.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 18. The ball sets on the 49-yard line. Excuse me, 46-yard line. Trips left, twin to the right. Saltmeyer back at shotgun, drops back, looks for the crossing pattern, and is incomplete. It's like Har-Ber did dial up a solution to the crossing pattern that plagued them the first half.
A little confusing for me there. I don't know why you throw that ball only about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage on 3rd and very long. It puts you in a 4th and very similar situation there. I don't think it was a great choice by the quarterback.
So 4th down and 18 for the Mounties.
We have Dongdara and Smith back to receive this punt.
Kick is up. It's a great kick. It's going to be Trey Smith is going to catch it about the 10-yard line, maybe the 11-yard line. So with 3:39 left to go in the 3rd quarter, Wildcats 21, the Rogers Mounties 10.
Very slow offenses here. Down to 3 minutes and 39 seconds left as the game continues to roll on, and the score is still the same as it was when we went into halftime.
Rogers Mounties putting up a little bit more of a fight than I expected tonight.
Yeah, and they've had a lot of things fall their way early on, which I think contributed to their momentum, but I think the big thing for them is they're not also giving up. They're capitalizing it on takeaways. They're progressing to the point that they're starting to believe that they could win the football game, which I don't think they had when they came in. And due to Har-Ber's mistakes, they're starting to gain a little bit of confidence that they didn't have beforehand, which is really hurting the Wildcats here.
We got a flag on the play, so we're going to back up about 5 yards and get a running start at this. Trademark 76-yard touchdown pass. 3:39 on the clock. Hannon's going to, that's Nasali. Nasali's going to get it, and as usual, grinds out about almost 10 yards there.
You can almost count on him getting the ball after a penalty, and he's going to get you back at least to the original line of scrimmage, if not about 5 more yards like in this situation.
3:18, the clock continues to run. Chandler back at shotgun. Nasali behind him. We got Trey Smith down here, split to the left, and one split to the right. Nasali again is going to get the handoff up the middle, and he is going to be stopped right about the line of scrimmage this time. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 with 2:55 left to go.
We've seen at a lot of points tonight that backside A gap coming open and the running backs hesitating in the gap on the left side and then cutting back across, and it seems like they're not over pursuing as much as they have been, so that's starting to not be there as much. We're seeing a kind of a diminishment in the amount of 10+ yard carries like we had earlier.
2:35, the clock continues to run. Chandler back at shotgun. Trey Smith split to the left, twin split to the right, and Nasali behind him. Chandler's going to keep it. He's going to roll to the left. He's got some speed, but he's going to be tackled, and there's a couple flags on the play. Not sure
Flag
what
was thrown in the general area of holding. I don't think he got it as far as he wanted to.
For the signal here. That's what we got. Holding against the Wildcats. So that's going to back them up.
The 3rd and long here.
2:14 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
It's declined, so it'll be 4th down.
4th down and 3 to go.
Har-Ber up 21-10 here with 2:12 left in the 3rd quarter. Would not put it past them to go for it here, especially with the running attack that they've established so far in this game.
So Chandler back under center now for the first time tonight.
Yeah, and I think that eliminates the I was about to say that they have the ability to run that formation with Chandler in the back doing the rugby-style punt. So they did have the ability to go for it or punt it, but him going under center kind of takes that risk away, and you know that they have to go for it. Kind of a check with me play there.
So the Wildcats with 1:52 are going to take a timeout. We're going to take a quick break with them. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the Wildcat Sports Network.
Springdale School District is a great choice for anyone because we take care of our kids.
There's just such a high expectation for students here. They make us learn, make us smart.
We have great teachers. We have great coaches.
Well, it's a good area. A lot of people get along. There's friendly people.
Teachers, they love us. They will never let us down.
You have businesses who care about the community and the students.
Springdale Schools is a great choice.
Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium. Looks like Chandler's going to roll to the right, kick, and it is going to be about a 15-yard punt.
Yeah, not what they needed there. They're giving the ball back to a Mounties team that's really got a lot of momentum for themselves moving into this half, and now they're getting the ball with great field position. Moving in, we have 1:45 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. Wildcats up 21-10 right now.
1:45 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Mounties on offense, 1st and 10, ball's on the 34-yard line. Saltmeyer keeps the ball. He's going to be hit hard at the line of scrimmage, and he is not going to get any yardage. And his helmet comes off.
He'll have to come out for a play. I believe that was Blaze Brothers over there on that side, really taking away the pitch man, making the quarterback hold on to it. Great play on the perimeter of the Har-Ber defense there.
So the quarterback, Saltmeyer, has to come off the field, and he doesn't realize that yet. And he's coming back on the field.
Yeah, unless none of the refs saw it. Yeah, he's back in the game.
So that's going to be 2nd down and 10. Ball's on the 34-yard line. There's 1 minute and 2 seconds left to go, and we do have a penalty. Offsides on Har-Ber.
Another small mistake. Those add up over time, and all that does is give that momentum back to the Rogers Mounties here. Something which they don't seem to have a lack of in this game.
So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Mounties. 1 minute left to go in the 3rd quarter in tonight's contest at 2015 Har-Ber Wildcat Homecoming.
And one of the hardest things about winning an entire game is not letting a team hang around, because they'll kind of lull you to sleep, and before you know it, they're within 1 score of you or up by 2 points on you. And I think that's the number one reason that teams get complacent, is they'll let people hang around with them towards the end of games.
So White up the middle for enough for a 1st down. They're going to move the chains. He's going to be on the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mounties. 33 seconds. The clock continues to roll here in the 3rd quarter, where the Wildcats lead 21-10.
We'll have to snap the ball before we move into the 4th quarter. Probably see the exact same play style that we have out of them.
Saltmeyer under center, 1 split to the right. He's going to fake the handoff and pitches it. That is a fumble. Ball's on the ground.
That'll back them up a lot and make their situation a little more interesting than it's been thus far. They really need points here moving into Q4.
So at the end of the 3rd quarter, the Har-Ber Wildcats 21, the Rogers Mounties 10. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back right after this. You're watching
Since the town's beginning, 2 Springdale teams have battled on the gridiron. Central Junior High, an unrelenting force of power and dedication. Southwest Junior High, an incredible source of speed and agility. These 2 coaches for 4 decades have not only inspired players, but have developed leadership and given them an opportunity for greatness. And now 2 Titans, Fred Hartsfield and Bruce Matthews, will face off for their 60th time. 2 Springdale legends will celebrate 4 decades of developing players and students into champions.
It's like the Mounties fumbling on that.
It does appear that they have also recovered it. It'll still be 3rd and long for the Rogers Mounties here. Very big couple plays here for the Har-Ber defense, trying to maintain this 11-point lead they have with 11 minutes and 50 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Manny's come to the line of scrimmage. Max Horton in at quarterback. Trips to the right. And looks like we have a false start, possibly, on the Mounties.
You'll never see more finger pointing than when somebody jumps off sides.
So the Mounties not convincing enough to try to persuade the referee to give it against the Wildcats, so they're going to back them up another 5 yards. So that's going to be 3rd down and 22.
I think we're going to get to see how far that this quarterback can throw it here. Either that or they're just going to basically guarantee that they're going for it on 4th down, try to get about half the distance to the sticks here.
Pass is deep. It is deflected and almost picked off.
Jake Benninghoff had his legs taken out from under him there. There was virtually no chance he was going to get a second effort on that ball.
It's like Brothers almost with the interception there, but that would not have been great field position as we come into the 4th down and 22 yards to go.
And this is one of those situations where the secondary maybe hasn't played it as well as they should have. The safeties and corners have to be aware that they're shooting for the sticks here. There's about 22 yards to the sticks. They're not going to throw anything short. They know they have to get 22 yards, so just go ahead and back off, give them a cushion, and don't let somebody beat you deep like they have a couple times already this game.
So Horton back, and we're going to have a timeout here for the Rogers Mounties. So 21-10, Wildcats lead tonight's contest, 11 minutes into the 4th quarter.
During this timeout break, the Wildcat Sports Network would like to thank Catering Unlimited and Tire Tracks for donating the audio equipment to make this broadcast possible.
So Blake, I'm wondering if the Mounties are going to basically attack with the spread offense and keep trying to pick away like they did the second half of the first quarter or the first half.
I think you have to here. With 11 minutes left in the game, they're still down 2 possessions, and Har-Ber, just as much as Rogers, has the ability with a high-powered running offense to run down the clock, and so you might not get another chance at turning this into a 1-possession game. So I think, without a doubt, they're going to go for it here.
So the Rogers comes to the line of scrimmage. The Mounties come to the line of scrimmage. Looks like Horton back at shotgun. He's looking to the right. He's got a ton of pressure, and he's going to be dropped for that's a red-eye flight to Vegas there.
Yeah, but I think that's a 12-yard sack there. Very close to it anyway.
Looks like Val maybe on the sack there. So that's going to give the Wildcats the ball on the Mountie side of the field. That was quite the sack. So that's going to be great field position for the Wildcats with 10:54 on the clock.
It's not often you get a sack that really alters your field position, but I think that's exactly what that was there, setting up the offense on now Rogers' side of the field and putting them in scoring position.
So Hannon gets the handoff. He's going to go around the right-hand side. They're going to get about 5 yards on the carry.
Nice little carry there by Hannon. As long as he can maintain that, that's exactly what Har-Ber wants. They're trying to protect this lead now. Clock rolls down under 10 minutes, 35 seconds in the fourth quarter. Trying to maintain this 11-point lead that they have over Rogers.
Second down and 5. That's an incomplete pass.
Good job there by the corner to number 24, Jay Young, by making contact there to separate Dalton Duangdara from the football. It's just good defense.
So that's third down and 6 for the Wildcats. 10:23 on the clock as it stops with an incomplete pass. Chandler back at shotgun. We have twin split to the left, twin split to the right. Har-Ber looks to the sideline for confirmation on the play. Chandler audible at the line of scrimmage, drops back, looks, throws to Trey Smith, complete for a first down.
His knee did touch right after that first down marker there, so Har-Ber will get a fresh set of downs moving forward. It's a great effort getting back to that football by Trey Smith.
So that's going to give the Wildcats a first down. The ball's going to be on the, looks like the 37-yard line for the Wildcats. Chandler back at shotgun. We have twin split to the left, twin split to the right. Chandler back, hands it off to Hannon up the middle, and he's got a lot of wiggle room. He's on his horse right now. Cross the 20, the 15, cross the 10, and he's going to be pushed out about the 7, and we got a couple flags on the play.
There are flags everywhere down there. A bunch of refs saw the exact same thing. Usually not good when you see that right around a run before the tackle. Might get a holding call here, and we do.
Holding against the Wildcats. So that's going to be from the spot of the foul. So that's going to be not all bad news.
Still be a first down. Still has a very good field position. And I believe once everything gets set, the clock will continue to roll here. We're now in 9 minutes and 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Still an 11-point lead for the Wildcats. Really trying to work that clock here.
Ball sets on the 22-yard line. First and 10 for the Wildcats. Chandler back at shotgun. Spread formation. Drops back. Dumps off to Hannon on the right-hand side, and he's going to get about 5 yards on the play.
Hannon's not one of those guys that looks to repeat mistakes there. There was a guy that came in and tried to strip that football from him. You saw immediately, instinctively, he went to cover it up with his other hand. Probably won't get to see him fumble again in this game, maybe not even the next game. He's not one of those guys that likes to cough up the football, and very unlike him.
Second down and 6 yards to go. 9:03 on the clock. Chandler back, hands it off to Hannon up the middle. Hannon pounding away at Rogers Mounties for a first down. He's going to get to the 10-yard line, so that's going to give the Wildcats first and goal.
Very late flag from the line judge here on the near side of the field. Well after the play.
And he's pointing out some Mounties, so surely this will be a defensive penalty.
The rest, let's see what this is.
So it's going to be against the Mounties, half the distance to the goal. So that's going to give the Wildcats first down and 6. First down and goal from the 5-yard line.
There's 5 yards to go here, and once again, once the ball gets set, the clock should continue to roll now. 8 minutes and 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter for the Wildcats.
Looks like we have some referees discussing.
Not sure what they're discussing here unless it was the distance that they applied on the penalty. They were well under the yardage threshold, so it would be half the distance there.
He's probably just getting cooking recipes.
I am hungry.
So that's second down. Second down and 5. So Chandler back at shotgun. A little confusion on the formation here.
There's a lot of things going a little bit weird here. Gotta focus down and be sure you did the little things right.
So Trey Smith, the jet sweep around the right, in for a touchdown, untouched. Wildcats throwing another 6 points on the board.
Exactly what they needed here. And really, you can all but put the game away. Har-Ber's defense still has to come out and play tough, but for the most part, like we talked about earlier, this offense is not designed, this Rogers offense is not designed to play from behind very well. Really designed to protect leads, so they have a very tough task ahead of them if they want to come back and make this a close game.
So with 8:33 left to go in the ball game, the homecoming game, the kick is up, the kick is good, and that's going to give the Wildcats 28 points to the Rogers Mounties 10. We're going to take a quick commercial break as they line up for kickoff. You're watching Wildcats football on the Wildcat Sports Network.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
Welcome back to Har-Ber Wildcat Stadium, where the Har-Ber Wildcats are 28 against the Rogers Mounties 10. 8:33 left to go on the clock. Har-Ber set to kick off. Going to be hard for Rogers to mount a comeback against Har-Ber's defense.
Yeah, like I said, their offense just really isn't built for it, but probably get to see a little bit more of that spread that we saw at the end of the first half.
So the kick goes into the end zone where it'll come out to the 20 for a touchback. Mounties will have the ball, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
Har-Ber's defense still has the task of playing tough here. They can't give up just because they now have a 18-point lead. They still have to play with the intensity that they came into the game with. Doing a much better job this quarter of swarming to the play from the interior, especially on those perimeter plays, and really swallowing up that inside run. They have to keep that up.
Looks like Solmeyer back. That is Horton back at quarterback, and he throws a completion for about a 4.5, 5-yard gain.
As we guess here, they're showing a little bit more of that empty look. There are 5 receivers going downfield. The quarterback's got a lot of options. And this is, I think, what we're going to see from them a lot moving towards the end of this game. They are down by a large deficit, and they need yards quickly if they have any hope of coming back.
So Horton brings him to the line of scrimmage. Spread formation. Back at shotgun. Looks left, throws left. Incomplete. And we have a late flag coming in. Looks like it's going to
call
be
a pass interference there. I believe it was brothers on the coverage. It was not brothers on the coverage. You can't get a number there. Came up over the top a little bit too quick just before the ball got there. Just a little bit later, and that would have been great coverage, but they're very picky about when you make contact with the receiver outside of that initial 3 to 4 yards.
So Har-Ber's uniform is one of the best looking in the state that I've seen in high school football, but very hard to see the contrast on the numbers. So we apologize. We know we like to broadcast as many names from the Wildcats as we possibly can. It's just difficult with these jerseys. So Horton across the middle, another flag on the play. It's going to be completed for a 5-yard gain, but we're going to have to see what happens here with the laundry.
It was an all-star throw out of the referee there. About a 15-yard pass with his yellow flag.
It was incomplete. 7 minutes, 54 seconds on the clock. This is going to go against the Mounties. And we're going to drop them back some more. Holding.
I'll back him up 10 yards.
Wildcats leading 27-10 over the Mounties.
And really every single mistake like this that you see, every single lost yardage play or wasted play is just another nail in Rogers' coffin. They're slowly being put away before they have no hope of coming back. They have to make something happen on this drive if they want to have a chance.
Spread formation. Horton back, drops back, looks to the left. He's got a lot of pressure. He's going to throw across the middle. It's going to be incomplete.
Leaping play by, I believe that's Kofer in the back there.
Kofer going over the top aerial style.
For a second, I thought we were in the Matrix.
7:54 on the clock, left to go in the game. So that's going to bring up second down, 23. The ball's on the 26-yard line. Horton in at quarterback for the Mounties. Trips to the right, single to the left. A little bit different look for the Mounties. They got a man breaking deep. He had no idea where the ball was.
Very interesting route there, too. Kind of like an out and up, turned his shoulders twice. Confused Blaze Brothers there for a second. Remember, both of these corners, Bryden Cook and Blaze Brothers, sophomores, really getting baptism by fire type experience out here. And had that been a better thrown ball, I think the receiver there did have the jump on him.
7:49 left to go in the ball game. Third down and 23. The ball's on the 26-yard line. Definitely a passing situation.
5 wide receivers here.
So for whatever reason, we're going to throw a screen pass, and it's deflected off his face mask and goes downfield 30 yards for an incomplete pass.
It's hard to catch it with that part of your equipment.
I'm not exactly sure why we're running a pass play behind the line of scrimmage when you're 23 yards away from the first down marker.
Yeah, I think that's one of those scenarios like they had earlier where if you know that you have to go for it on fourth down, just try to get some of those yards to make that fourth down play more manageable. You don't have to get all of it. Just try to put your offense in a better position so they don't have to throw a fade route on 4th and 20.
So Mounties back to punt. Beautiful high punt. It's going to be down to about the 46-yard line. So Har-Ber will have the ball with 7 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in the ball game, where they lead 28-10 over the Rogers Mounties.
And I think the key for this drive for Har-Ber is to burn the rest of the clock. If you don't score rushing the football, there's no reason here unless you're trying to convert on a third down to throw it down the field or to try any trick plays or stuff right here. Just do your bread and butter. Do what you're best at. Just letting these offensive linemen go big on big, block these guys, and then it's Nasali now. Just let him put his shoulders down, square his shoulders, and run people over.
So Chandler back at shotgun. Hands it off to Nasali. Nasali grinding out. It's going to be close to first down. They're going to mark him down a yard short.
About 9 yards on the carry there. Just big, powerful run. Got into the secondary and then dragged the linebackers another 4 yards with him.
7:17 on the clock as it continues to run. It's second down and 1. Ball sets on the 45, the Mountie 45.
Clock rolls under 7 minutes and 8 seconds now in the fourth quarter.
Chandler back at shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Gives it to Nasali, who just pounds away for a first down.
It's just such a strong back. It's very difficult to take him down with any less than 3 guys. I mean,
not a lot of smoke and mirrors there, or magic tricks to just line up, and he's just going to run right over you.
There have been several times tonight when I've seen a Rogers defensive player make contact with him, and I was almost positive that it was a tackle, and he just shrugged it off. I mean,
you're going to have to bring 3 guys to tackle this guy.
He's a man.
6:37 on the clock. It continues to roll. First down and 10. Nasali again, of course. And there's 4 guys trying to stop him after he gets about 4 yards. He didn't even go down. The refs got tired of waiting, and they blew it dead. So that's going to put the ball about the 35-yard line.
6 minutes, 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
28-10 over the Mounties.
Taking their time here. Play clock rolls down under 18 seconds now. Game clock will roll under 6 minutes before the ball is snapped.
Chandler back at shotgun. Trey Smith split to the left. Chandler dropping back. No. Hannon around the left-hand side, but we got some penalties on the field.
Don't know if that was Hannon or not. I lost the ball there. That
I
was
had
an
no
excellent
idea.
Play.
Yeah, absolutely. So that goes against Har-Ber. It'd be a 10-yard penalty. That's going to give them the ball about the 31-yard line. So they're going to have the ball. I believe that's second down. Second down and 2, maybe. Maybe a long 2. So Chandler back at shotgun. Twin split to the right. Nasali behind him, and Trey Smith comes in motion. Nasali has the ball. And he's going to be dropped. That's probably the first time I've seen him tackled for a loss.
Yeah, rare mistake from him there. He's not the type of back that's going to bounce it out and make something happen with his lateral agility. He's the type of back that runs almost parallel to the ground and really hits people with the tops of his shoulder pads and pushes them backwards. So not ideal there. A little bit of a limp off the field.
And Nasali coming to the sideline with a limp. Hannon back in the backfield. Chandler back at shotgun, and Trey Smith by himself to the left. He's going to come in motion. Hand it off to Trey Smith around the right-hand side. He's got a lot of room, and he's in 5th gear right now. Across the 10 to the 4, to the 8-yard line.
And he has the ability to do so many things when he gets into the open field because his acceleration is so fast. He's got that unique ability to roll like a stutter step right when a guy's closing on him and actually stop and then start again and still not get caught from behind. Very effective move that you saw him use there. Squeezed a few extra yards out of it. We've seen him use it a couple other times tonight. Very, very good at it.
So Har-Ber has the ball, 1st and 9 on the 9. Chandler bobbles the snap, and he's going to scramble forward. He might get down to the 1-yard line. Har-Ber fixing to send Mounties back to Rogers with a parting gift.
Yeah, 4 minutes, 14 seconds now left in the fourth quarter. Har-Ber knocking on the door down to the 1-yard line. Just adding insult to injury at this point.
That's second down and about a yard for the Wildcats. So it was a busted play. Chandler put the team on his back, carried him another 7 yards. Chandler back at shotgun, takes a snap, hands it off to Hannon, who leaps in untouched. Wildcat touchdown here at Har-Ber Wildcat Stadium.
Luke Hannon making it look easy there. Just quick little hop over the goal line, hand the ball to the referee, and go back to the sideline and drink some water.
Water break for Luke Hannon here. 3 minutes, 55 seconds, 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the ball game.
Har-Ber really opened it up here towards the end of the game. They came out slow. Both offenses really did for Rogers and for Har-Ber. Not really much action until close to the end of the third quarter here. So nice to see Har-Ber kind of snapping back into a rhythm here and scoring some points.
So the extra point conversion is good. That's going to give the Wildcats 35 with 3:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. Mountie still locked down at 10. We got a Roger Mountie hurt on the field. So we're going to take that opportunity to take a quick commercial break. You're watching the Wildcats on the Wildcat Sports Network. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium, beautiful Springdale, Arkansas, where the Wildcats are leading 35-10 over the Rogers Mounties. Still assisting the player off the field. Little updates here from the 7A West, first night of conference play, where Bentonville leads the Southside Rebels, or Southside, I'm not sure what the new mascot is, 42-14. Springdale leads 24-20 over Heritage. And Fayetteville 32-19 over Northside at the end of the third quarter.
That's a lot of eyes over there on that Springdale game. I know a lot of people really interested in the receiving core for both sides over there. It's supposed to be a very high-scoring game. It's good to see this defense is stepping up maybe a little bit towards the end.
So Har-Ber on the field, ready to kick. 3:50 to go left in the ball game here at homecoming 2015 for the Wildcats.
At this point, the playthrough is merely a formality. There's virtually no threat of Rogers coming back with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. Still very important, like we've talked about earlier in the games that Har-Ber's been up like this, that they don't lose that focus on maintaining that execution. They don't get sloppy, because they really want to carry a lot of that momentum that they've gained this week into next week and into practice.
So the ball's going to roll past the end zone for a touchback. So the Rogers Mounties will get the ball 1st and 10 from the 20. And they're going to try to sustain a drive here to at least get some points on the board.
Yep, and Har-Ber's defense will come out and really what we want to see out of them here execution-wise is just not a drop in intensity. They know that they've won this football game, but now it's a sense of pride. Like, you held Rogers to 10 points. Don't let them score again. Don't let them make it look like it was closer than it was. So we'll get to see, hopefully, these guys come out and play at that same level of intensity that they came out in the first half with and at the beginning of this half with.
So Rogers starts under center. The pass is deep. Saltmeyer is incomplete, and we're going to have pass interference here.
3 flags on the field.
It's a lot of laundry on the field for a pass play.
They must be really sure.
Defensive pass interference. So that's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Mounties now.
Two defenders in coverage back there. I believe the penalty was called on Peyton Kofer. Just coming over the top again a little bit early on the ball, trying to get squeezed in there.
3:45 on the clock. Har-Ber Wildcats lead 35-10 over the Mounties. And Solmeyer back at quarterback under center, drops back, looks right, throws, incomplete. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 35.
It's really a blanket coverage there. I mean, he didn't touch him. By blanket coverage, I mean, he was just sitting over the top of him.
Right. Austin Henderson on the defensive coverage there. 2nd down 10, 3:40 on the clock. Wildcats 35, Rogers Mounties 10. 2nd down and 10 on the 35.
Kofer's the only deep safety here.
Saltmeyer under center. He's going to keep it around the right-hand side, and he's going to scramble for about 8 yards.
Clock continues to run now, done under 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Got a first final for tonight's contest in Bentonville 42, Southside 14.
Bentonville looking very solid this year. I mean, I'm moving to 4-0 on the season. Somebody to look out for as far as the 7A West goes.
3rd down and 1 for the Rogers Mounties. Saltmeyer under center. Hands off up the middle. He's going to be slowed down, but stopped by about 4 or 5, maybe 9 Wildcats as he strong arms it for another 10 on top of that.
Maybe lost his helmet on the play. He'll have to come out here. Mounties really putting something together here at the end. They want to show that they have something to prove and that they can hopefully salvage some momentum moving into next week.
1st and 10. Ball sets on the 43-yard line. Saltmeyer under center. Drops back, looks to the right, throws. It's going to be enough for a first down, and he's going to be tackled out about the 28-yard line.
Yep. Play after play, they're proving that they can put some stuff together. And I'm not sure if they've made some modifications or if they have a bump in maybe their intensity, but I can almost guarantee there's a little bit of lull in Har-Ber's defensive intensity here as they move towards the end of the game. It's kind of hard to maintain that same pop that you had when it was very close.
2:29 left to go in tonight's contest. Wildcats 35, Mounties 10. Salmeyer under center, hands it off again up the middle, and he's going to get 3 yards on the carry.
Clock continues to run now, down under 2 minutes and 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Har-Ber still maintains a 35-10 advantage over Rogers High School.
Salmeyer under center. Fakes the handoff, and he's going to scramble for a first down.
There's an arm tackle around the legs there.
Another flag, 2 flags coming on late in the play.
Almost certainly going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. The question now is against who?
Looks like he got ejected from the game.
I don't know. Both Har-Ber players were ejected from the game.
Looks like Nasali.
Ooh, he's ejected from the game, and when you get ejected the end of a game, you also have to sit part of the next game too. I believe it's a whole game. I believe it's a 4-quarter suspension, so he will have to sit almost the entire, I think, if not the whole next game.
1 minute, 57 seconds left to go on the clock. Rogers Mounties have the ball first and goal on the 9-yard line. Salmeyer looks to the right, throws. It's going to be tipped and incomplete. Austin Henderson on the play.
Har-Ber's defense really kind of falling apart here towards the end. Not often that you get to see an ejection like that, and especially with the, I think the frustrations are kind of mounting with the Mounties starting to put something together here towards the end.
I did not see what happened there, but I'm sure Coach Wood will have a handle on it. 1:44 on the clock. Salmeyer under center. Hands it off up the middle where he's stopped for about a yard gain. Going to get close to the 6-yard line.
Clock continues to roll. Now done under 1 minute and 30 seconds in the fourth quarter. Depending on the pace of play here in these last 6 yards, we might get to see the end of the game on this possession.
So Har-Ber defense has their back against the wall. The ball sits on the 6-yard line. It's third down. Salmeyer under center. He's going to keep it around the left-hand side, and he is going to get about 2 yards on the carry. So it's going to be 4th down and 3, maybe 4 yards, depending on the spot.
Clock continues to run. 45 seconds left in the game. Fourth quarter, Har-Ber still up 35-10.
Salmeyer under center, split to the left. He pitches it, which is maybe for a loss of a yard there. So they're going to turn the ball over, and we got another penalty over here in the infield. And we have another.
They're
we
going
have
to throw that
flags and
every
hats.
time.
We have hats and flags all over the place. Apparently the Rogers player had something to say to the referee.
This is the same guy, number 24, that got flagged on the other end of the field for a personal foul.
So offsetting personal fouls as the Rogers Mounties slowly walk off the field in defeat. With 33 seconds left to go in tonight's contest, the Wildcats 35, the Mounties 10. Not great sportsmanship there.
No, and I think a little bit of it goes both ways too. You know, when you get a team that like Har-Ber that's winning 35-10, there's a little bit of, you get a little bit, I don't think cocky is the right word, but the Mounties are very frustrated. I think they've played a very good game today. It's a lot better game than maybe the score would suggest here towards the end, and they're frustrated and they're taking some cheap shots, and I know the Wildcats don't want to put up with that, and so you see a little bit of bickering back and forth, a little bit of unsportsmanlike conduct that goes both ways, and really it just depends on who gets flagged for it, because coming from different places, you get a little bit of that on each side.
So 33 seconds left to go in tonight's contest. Har-Ber's gonna have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 5-yard line. So they're gonna have their back against the wall to start. I think the name of the game here is just to play it safe and hold on to the football.
Yeah, just consistent. All you have to do is run the ball one time, and then you're in the clear. I'm sorry, you'll have to run the ball twice.
So Chandler under center. He's just going to down it.
Depending on when they start this play clock again, they might not have to call another play here.
24 seconds. This will be the last play of the game.
They will not have to run other plays. We're down under 18 seconds in the game.
That's the
play
ball
clock
game.
has not started, and Har-Ber will win 35-10 over the Rogers Mounties.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the Wildcat football on Wildcat Sports Network.
What's up, Toby? I wish that guy had a voice of a goat.
If you write it on the back, I'll just turn it over and your hand will be.
Springdale High School graduate Hannah Moore is welcomed to the district as a visual arts teacher for 1st through 5th grade at Bayard Elementary.
I get to come to school and be around these amazing human beings and these amazing teachers and just the community of being in a school and obviously I love art, so I want others to know about that, so that's one of the main reasons that I wanted to become a teacher.
With 27 to 28 classes a week with more than 150 students, she is still passionate about teaching.
Like turn it to where your hand will fit on it.
Hannah is not only passionate about teaching, she is also following family tradition. After having her mom, 3 cousins, and her aunt become teachers, she was inspired to teach.
They never pushed me. They always, encouraged me to do what I wanted to do and accomplish my goals and my dreams. And even growing up around that, like I never felt pressured, but just hearing them talk about it just made it something that was exciting to me and something that I felt like I wanted to do and that I could do.
Being a Springdale graduate and her family legacy helps her stay passionate about teaching in Springdale.
This is Jack. And this
I am starving!
is Jack's appetite. It's never satisfied.
I'm hungry, 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 hungry.
Seriously, dude? What? Then Jack's mom started serving Tyson Anytizer snacks with all white meat and lots of protein. They're the only snacks that make Jack's appetite disappear. Tyson Anytizer snacks. Consider snacking solved.
Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium in beautiful Springdale, Arkansas, where the Har-Ber Wildcats won tonight's contest against the Rogers Mounties. Back with us again tonight to help us close out tonight's contest is Coach Patrick Scott. Blake, tell us a little bit about your thoughts tonight as you guys discuss the close of the game.
Yeah, I think the one thing that Coach and I want to start with is talking about setting the tone in the second half. We're going to start with the keys to the game, and this first one that he gave was setting the tone. Coach, how do you think Har-Ber responded to the pace of game early in the second half?
Well, defensively, I thought they came out and, they were able to establish defense against the run. And then what we saw was something we didn't expect with Rogers kind of taking some shots downfield and completing some passes and really keeping Har-Ber's defense off balance. And what we talked about with Har-Ber's offense coming out in their first possession, needing to score, they get all the way down into the end zone, and Luke Hannon fumbles into the end zone. And that just kind of set the tone for a sloppy second half, really, by Har-Ber. Even though we get a win, it's any win is a great win in the 7A West. What I did like was the next drive coming back, Coach Wood exclusively used Luke Hannon. He did not shy away from his senior, even though he had that one mistake, and he was able to redeem himself.
Yeah, and we also talked a little bit at the beginning of our halftime show where Coach Wood was talking about even though we won at Conway, he didn't feel that our offense played the best that they could play. Do you think that we kind of had that same mentality this week, or have we improved a little bit since last week?
I think Coach Wood and his staff, they're going to take this win, but at the same time, they know they've got some things to work on, and it's probably going to be a long weekend for the coaching staff. Like I said, any win is a great win in the 7A West, but they know who they've got next week, and I'm keeping my eye on that score. Potentially could be 2 1-0 conference teams going at it in Battle of Springdale.
All right, let's move on to the point 2 here, limiting mental mistakes. Like you just talked about with Hannon's fumble in the end zone there in the second half. There was still some mental mistakes, and let's talk a little bit about the end there where Oliver Nasali was ejected, and we're going to be missing him all next week with Springdale. How big of a deal is it to limit mistakes even when you're up by a lot of points at the end of a game?
That's huge. You know, Nizali is one of your leaders on defense. Even though he's a younger guy, he's got some game experience on that defense. And from a linebacker position, you need all hands on deck. And when you lose a starter for really something that's inexcusable and really just downright silly at the end of the game, when you know you've got it won, to retaliate or whatever he did, I did not see it. But whatever he did to get ejected must have been something pretty significant. But that's just not called for.
All right, so moving into the third point here, you said we need to establish and maintain the run, and you kind of talked about it when you talked about your first point today, that you didn't shy away from going to Luke Hannon and to Tali Nasali here. We saw that at several plays where they just relentlessly pounded it up the middle with them. So we really carried that over from the first half. Do you think that was a major contributor as to why we pulled out the win?
Yeah, I think Coach Wood and his staff probably saw something on film that allowed them to establish the run game and really rip off some big chunks of yardage on the run. We saw that coming right out of halftime where Luke Hannon ripped off a 20-plus yarder right out the gate. And that just kind of continued all night. They really didn't have to throw the ball. When they did not really go downfield. One thing you didn't see tonight was a deep ball, and that is rare for a Har-Ber Wildcat football team to not throw a deep ball. But again, I think Coach Wood is really trying to establish something with his offensive line in that run game.
Yeah, very strong showing by Har-Ber out here tonight against Rogers. Har-Ber takes the win 35-10. Moving into next week, as we welcome Donald back into the conversation here. Talking about next week, we have Springdale High School, who's still, I assume, currently in their game with Rogers. We'll look for a score update. Springdale 26-26 against Heritage right now as that game continues on over there. If that game ends before our broadcast, we'll try to get you an update. What are we looking forward to moving into Springdale next week?
Well, every time Har-Ber and Springdale play, they play above their abilities. You know, these guys, you know, throughout the year, they're eating together at restaurants, they're playing baseball together, they're going to the show together. But come October 2nd next week, all friendships off. It's a battle. You know, it's one town, but these are two schools that would love nothing more than to beat each other and have their bragging rights. Springdale Bulldogs having a rough year last year, having a rough year this year, but it looks like they're starting to put all the pieces together to the puzzle. So, and they always play Har-Ber tough.
Yeah, I remember when I was playing for Har-Ber, Springdale's been struggling a little bit in these past few years. Unfortunately, they haven't had the program of old that you look back to and you got the guys from like 2005 and things like that looking to bounce back. But with their struggles, you would assume that with a crosstown rivalry that the Har-Ber players wouldn't care about it as much. Har-Ber winning almost all of the matchups in the past few years against Springdale, but I think completely the opposite is true. Like these guys, of course, you know, Har-Ber gets up for Bentonville and for Southside because those are always tough games for us every year, and you know you consider those a rivalry. But I think one that maybe the fans overlook a little bit is Springdale because, like Donald was talking about, these guys played together in junior high, played against each other in junior high. They're friends at every other time of the year, and there's a special sense of of rivalry that you don't get in other games throughout the season. It's always a tough game, and it's always one of the biggest games for both of these teams. So don't look for a blowout either way. Springdale always gives Har-Ber a good game. Tensions run hot. We should see a lot of intensity out of both sides.
I agree. I know when I played 100 years ago, the rivalry was Southwest against Central. I know we're talking about junior high football there, but we loved each other on both sides of both schools throughout the year. But come Thursday night, for junior high, we didn't hate anybody more than each other. So the rivalry's there. It's one town, one community. Every other 364 days of the year. But that October 2nd, next Friday night, it's going to be a battle. So looking forward to that for sure. I think that's going to do it for us tonight. We're going to wrap up tonight's broadcast. Coach Patrick Scott, appreciate you joining us in the booth tonight. So on behalf of Superintendent Dr. Jim Rollins and Athletic Director Wayne Stellick, I'm Donald Tucker for Blake Tucker. Thank you for joining us. We will see you again next Friday night at Springdale Bulldog Stadium, where the Wildcats will take on the Springdale Bulldogs. You've been watching the Wildcat Sports Network.